All right, everyone, welcome back to the Standoff 2 Minor by Infinix. We are back. This is day 3 of the action. We already saw day 1 and day 2. It was fun. It was a lot of fun things going on, some upsets, some very good comebacks. So we are happy to be back here for day 3. Of course, I am Twist, and I'm today joined by DB. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Really am looking forward to this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if the first 2 days have, anything to kind of do with what today entails, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. We are moving on to the first matches of the teams playing their second games. So it's going to be very interesting to see kind of what happens in Group A and Group B, because every single team, again, there are 8 teams in the minor. Every single team has played once, so they've either won or lost. So if you won, that's great. If you lost, that's not the best, but it's the early stages of the group, so it doesn't really matter as much. But once you actually play that second game, things start to change. Like if you lose 2 in a row, you're gonna have to really grind to get back in the game. However, if you win 2 in a row, you're in a pretty good position to actually advance to the finals. Now, once again, for the people who maybe are just watching today, we have the group stage, today, and then for the next 3 days. Then on 24th we take a break, and 25th and 26th will be the finals, best of 3. But here is the schedule for today. So the first game is at 2:15 Moscow time. We have RevialGG against DeathOrGlory. Revile kind of the favorites here, but DeathOrGlory, they definitely show that they have some potential. And then the second match of today will be 2 hours later at 4:15 p.m. Moscow time. We have Lycoris. They're going to try to do their best. They didn't really look that good in their first game, but then again, they were playing against Horizon. And Horizon is a really good team. I mean, they were the top 1 team for 11 months in 2021. So, in 2022, they kind of fell off. But I'm sure, that they're looking to come back with vengeance. So here, once again, are the teams. In Group A, we have Revile Gaming, Saints, Absolute, and DeathOrGlory. And then on Group B, we have Horizon, StreetEight, Lycoris, and Luxuries Esports. So far, Revile has won and Saints have won. So they have both 1 victory each. And then Horizon and also, I believe, StreetEight won their games as well. So Absolute, DeathOrGlory, Lycoris, and Luxury, we need to see more from them today. We saw some good plays from them in the last 2 days, but still, they need to get those points, right? If they want to advance to the finals, it's going to have to do more with winning games rather than just winning rounds.
Well, in this type of best of 2s, I think it would be more win rounds than it would be win games.
Yeah, I mean,
if you win the most rounds, you win the game.
That is true. What I was getting at is kind of, they were putting in some good rounds. We saw that they have potential, but they were just not able to close, because in both days we saw situations where the losing team wins at first. They go 8-4, they go 9-5, and then they suddenly just completely lose all steam and momentum and lose the game. So that's what I was kind of getting at. But here is the prize pool. This is why they're actually competing. So we have 8 teams competing, and there's 4 different prizes for 4 places. So basically, half of the teams that are competing will have a chance to win some very good money. So there's definitely a reason to actually try and win those rounds and win those games. As you can see here, the first place takes home 240,000 rubles. That is a lot of money. So definitely worth competing for. But even if you're maybe not the favorite, if you haven't won the LAN as Revile Gaming, or you haven't been dominating for pretty much whole year like Horizon, you can still compete for that 4th place, because even if you get 4th, that's better than 0. And I think, even though there are some strong favorites in this tournament, there's definitely, place for some of these newer teams that we've seen, like Lycoris or Luxury Esports, to actually, take at least some kind of prize money home, even though they've had a bad start, losing their first game.
It's better to have something rather than nothing when you actually are. In some cases, I'm guessing here, your first time entering.
Yeah, that's
if
true.
You come out with at least the 40,000. That's bragging rights for me.
Yeah, most definitely. Especially if it's your first time, as you said, it's your first tournament, and you already get to the prize pool. That's better than the other half of the teams, that don't even get to the prize pool. So yeah, kind of, taking it one day, one step at a time. I think a lot of these teams are they are new in terms of their name, but the actual players that they consist of have been in different teams, because I was watching like some other Standoff 2 tournaments yesterday, and what it seemed like, I saw a lot of familiar names, but they were playing under like different, different teams. So a lot of the times
Rosters.
it's not real. Sorry.
Different rosters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they had different rosters. They had like different probably IGLs and stuff like that. So it's always interesting to see kind of how these players flourish or do not. When they switch their teams and they kind of switch up who's playing and who's doing what.
Yeah, and then how they choreograph all the switching and the swapping and who's going into what tournament.
Yeah, exactly. And especially in like the mobile esports scene, a lot of the times, the teams have like a shelf life of like 3 or 6 months. So, not even reaching a year. So, it does make sense in some regards. For example, if you're in a bad team, like just leave. But at the same time, I feel like what we've seen in mobile esports so far is that the teams that actually stick together, even if they don't succeed at first, like eventually they're able to, really become unstoppable because they've been playing together for so long that, their inner chemistry and their inner workings are just way above those that, maybe come together as good players, but they just don't have that team play, and that's kind of what, fails them in the long shot.
Yeah, that chemistry between the players is very vital when they're playing at this type of level.
Yeah.
The chemistry between the whole... just because you're in the role of sniper doesn't mean you're going to be the best sniper on the team.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, talking about snipers, we didn't really see much of that in the previous 2 days. Like, you probably saw me and Amos, we were talking about that. Like, we really wanted to see the AWM. I guess that's the most meta sniper rifle in the game, but I don't even know if I should say meta, because like we're literally seeing it in just a few rounds. So yeah, hopefully we see some of that today, but at least from what we've seen so far, and we've seen all of the teams play, it doesn't really seem to be used in plays that much. But moving on to our first game, we're going to see RevialGG or Revile Gaming against DeathOrGlory. Now Revile, they are really an established team here. Like, they won the LAN, right? Like, they are at the top. Some would say probably the best team right now in Standoff 2. On the other side here, we have DeathOrGlory. Now, they are definitely the underdogs here. So let's see what maps we actually pick. So, you want to take this one?
Yeah, it looks like Sandstone and Breeze have both been banned. Ooh, Rust is up. Then followed by Zone 9. Oh, bad luck for A-Master. Banned on Sakura.
Yeah, so Zone 9, once again, we see this map in so far every single best of 2. This seems like the map that the pro community just loves. Like, literally, there hasn't been a single best of 2 where this gets banned. So, I personally like seeing Zone 9 as a finisher. I think it's a very kind of close map where even if you gain momentum, the other team can come back at any time. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of how that plays out if we do get to a close first game. But Rust, I mean, we've seen Rust, I believe, once or twice so far. Probably twice. And in my opinion, Rust is fun, but Rust is a very, I'd say, close range and just fast-paced map. Kind of same as Zone 9. So we're in the first best of 2, we're not really seeing those longer range fights, those longer range angles like Breeze or what was the other one, Sakura. We haven't seen a single Sandstone yet. So 10 games so far and no Sandstone, but we have seen, I guess, 5 Zone 9s. So it's interesting to see kind of how they pick the maps.
Yeah, that's another thing that I've always been curious about when these teams are picking what maps to ban. Are they picking their favorites or picking their least favorites that they think the other team wants?
I mean, I feel like it's mind games, definitely to some level. I would say banning the map that the opposing team is that's their best map is definitely the best choice, because if that is their best map and it's probably not your best map, that means you're kind of playing at a disadvantage, right? So like probably most of the time you ban the map that you think is the best for the other team. But then again, the other team might have practiced some different map that obviously they're not going to tell you about for the last weeks or months. So, it's always a guessing game. But yeah, it seems like Sandstone is everyone's best map because it's always getting banned.
Or else they just don't like playing on it in the competitive scene.
Yeah, I mean that's
Which is also a
factor.
very viable option.
Yeah, I
we've
watched some
seen-
Sandstone.
We've seen Sakura banned and played on so far, so I guess it all just depends on the actual players that want to play it or don't want to play it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean Sakura seems like a double-edged sword. You know, there's like some teams that like pick it as their first map, and there's also some teams that insta-ban it. So yeah, it's interesting to see how it goes with Sakura, but at least it's getting some love. Like Sandstone, I just want to see a Sandstone map, man. Like a Sandstone match. Like I watched some of like Standoff too. Like pro players playing competitive, and they do seem to be playing Sandstone. So it's not like it's completely out of the picture in the pro scene. It just seems like in this tournament, it's not really something that they want to go for that much.
Yeah, it seems like there's Sandstone, just nobody wants to play it. But again, is that because nobody actually wants to play it, or do they think they're going to lose on it that badly?
See, this is kind of where I'd say, if everyone is banning it, how about you get really good on it and then just pick it? Because like it's not like sometimes it gets insta-banned first, but sometimes it's left like as the last ban after the first two picks. So if you just get really good on Sandstone and then you pick it, you're gonna pretty much secure at least one game for your team, right? So you can pretty easily just win it out. So I mean, if any of the team captains are listening, this is the strategy. I mean, you don't have to pay any royalties. Just pick Sandstone, get really good at it, and go, get ahead in your game.
Yeah, if you can just get that one map and be really good at it, and then pick it at the right moment, especially in these best of twos, you can come out with an overwhelming victory.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the way it goes in other competitive esports that I watch. Is that like the one thing that is not meta eventually becomes meta because like one team figures out how to use it, and because nobody else is using it, now they have the competitive advantage, and the competitive advantage is so huge that other teams need to learn it as well. And once like everyone starts learning it, it becomes meta. So yeah, I kind of hope the same happens with Sniper, that there's just this one guy that gets really, really good with the AWM, and then everyone has to start using it because like he has this unfair advantage. So I mean, that would be really pleasure for me to see, because I really like seeing those Sniper plays, those AWM plays. So yeah, hoping that happens in the future. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'd also love to see an actual sniper battle today. Not
Right.
just a bunch of grenades going over the rooftops and landing on somebody's big toe and taking the entire team out. Although that would be interesting too.
Yeah, I feel like that's interesting, but that's already, we've seen a lot of that already in the first 2 days, where just like these flying mortars just coming in from the sky, just literally taking away like 150, 200 HP from the whole team if you time and hit it right. So yeah, it would be fun to see maybe a little bit of sniper action, but at the end of the day, I feel like the gameplay mechanics of the nades is really something unique that I haven't seen used that much in other games. So it's fun to see. It's definitely fun to see that that's being used here as well. Now, as we're kind of getting ready for our first game here, it's RevialGG versus DeathOrGlory. What do you think? What do you think about a match? Do you think like Revile is going to take like 2 wins in a row, or DeathOrGlory have some fighting chance that perhaps they didn't have against the other team they were playing?
Well, from what I saw when they played the first time, I think as long as Death and Glory can keep up some momentum, there's a very good chance of them taking it. But if they can't get the momentum to start with, they're probably not going to be any good.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that kind of was their downfall in the first game that I played in the first best of two. It seemed that they were just not able to get the first few rounds because they were down like 0-6, and then we had a match restart on zone 9. But then again in the restart they were also like down 0-5, 0-6. So yeah, that what you said is very, very true. They desperately need to like start off the game good, because if they don't, you know, Revile, they're not going to give them any fighting chances later on. So DeathOrGlory definitely in a more in a harder situation they found themselves in. Revile, they're probably expecting, you know, to win this one pretty easily, but that overconfidence sometimes leads to issues. You overlook things, you are just too confident, and you know, yeah, you just don't play how maybe you should play to actually win. So even though personally I think Revile, they're in the lead in terms of like odds, I think DeathOrGlory definitely have at least some kind of fighting chance, and we'll have to figure out if they do. Starting off on Rust here, Revile on CD side, DeathOrGlory gonna start on T, the harder side for them.
This looks like it's going to be a very slow match so far, but we are seeing some contact at least. Although I am a little, curious. Are they going for a bait and lure, or are they going to actually push?
Seems like they're just kind of scouting out their options, but Picture is going to open it up. Oh, and now the kills are coming in. Franzis with a nice double there. He does get refragged, but the damage has already been done. 2 players eliminated on the DeathOrGlory side. Now they are going to potentially get the bomb plant and another frag on Skill, one of the better players of Revile Gaming. So Revile, they're not starting off as they should have. See, this is what I say about overconfidence. They probably expected to win this pistol, but now 2v3 and DeathOrGlory, they have the upper hand here.
Yeah, this is starting to get interesting.
And there you go.
Ooh.
Just quick as that. Revile just going down. DeathOrGlory staying alive. 3 players alive. Bomb plant down. Some nice cash from that as well. Yeah, they're showing up big time. A complete switcheroo from Zone 9. Look at this. Insane utility usage by Revile Gaming, but Franzis has to reload. That can't get away quickly enough there. And well, so he goes down. Good effort, definitely good effort, but with those being the only 2 kills in the round coming in from the Revile Gaming side, it's going to be hard for them in this round. They have bought up, which is very interesting to see. Haven't really seen the people buy up if they lose the pistol, but seems like that's not really going to help them. I mean, literally everyone going down. 3 MP7s remaining in the picture.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot of love for the P90 like they were the other day.
Yeah, I mean, it's good.
Yeah, I guess it's because I'm here, not a master.
it could be a caster thing. It could be. We'll really have to see in the long term here. But Skill, oh, he's taking an aggressive peek, but doesn't really pay out the best for him. He does go down, so now 1v4, AP's position is known. He might be able to get 1, perhaps even 2, spamming through the smoke. Does spot 2 players, but he is pretty much stuck here. Players sandwiching him from both directions. He's gonna have to do so much here. The smoke is alleviating some of the pain, so he's able to maneuver around and kind of switch his position, but the bomb goes down, so DeathOrGlory, they don't care if AP is able to maneuver or not. What they care about is securing the bomb exploding, and so far, seems like that is on the cards here.
Yeah, it seems like they want a more secure, and it looks like AP is going for the hold, actually. Looks like he wants to keep his gun.
Yeah, he just wants to save it. I mean, the fact that Revile bought up in the second round really surprises me. So, you know, with them not really being able to do anything with that and not really getting any success from that buy-up, they definitely do want to save, because since they bought up, their money is ruined. AP might be able to drop something here, but if we look at the other players' money, like, there is no chance to even buy an unarmored rifle. So they're kind of extending, you know, their forces here. And so DeathOrGlory, they take a tactical pause. That's very interesting to see. I guess they didn't expect to win 2 rounds in a row, so they just got to make sure they got their mental on point here, right?
Yeah, they got it. So far, DeathOrGlory are holding, a good amount of momentum. But can they hold on to it after this pause?
I mean, I feel like that's kind of the reason why they called it, right?
Yeah, it looks like we actually do not. Oh, no. Looks like Picture is the only one who actually has pulled ahead on the kill. Yeah, on the killing with 5. Looks like everybody else is sticking around each other.
Yeah, I mean, with 2 rounds in, like, you can't really, you know, judge players that well by kills. But at the same time, I mean, Picture, he's putting in the work, man. Like, this is what you need. If you're on DeathOrGlory, you need one of those players just having a good day. because that definitely wins your rounds. We'll see if everyone is able to participate and actually win the game. But very good start for Picture as you mentioned here. Let's see if he's able to continue. And looks like he's just aggressive. He's aggressively entry fragging here. Might be able to catch off Skill. He is clearing his angles. Oh, and that's a clear headshot on Skill. Yeah, Picture is showing up big time. Oh, and he saw the gun barrel. He has the info. It is relayed. It seems like Revile, they're just going down left and right. AP low, Duo low as well. There's just not much they can do here. That is crazy to see Revile. They need to do something to, kind of get back into the game here. Seems like DeathOrGlory, they're just, they just got out of the bed on the right foot here.
Yeah, they got on the right side of the bed this morning. Well, this morning for me.
Is that like a culture difference? Because in my where I live, it's like you got out of bed on the right foot. Like, I'm guessing in America, it's like on the right side. Is that correct?
No, that's just a figure of speech I just made up.
Oh damn! See, this is what
right foot in the right mood, in the right frame of mind.
Yeah, I mean,
I can just keep on saying them. There's about 1,000 of these different sayings.
As long as it makes sense, it's good. Daz, he is the player looking to kind of take the 2 saves down. I mean, he has more HP than both of Revile Gaming's players combined. So if he's able to find one, he will probably find the second one as well. And with the map being cleared out, he will eventually find something. The question is he able to hunt his prey or not? Because he should be able to, with the AK on his ammo. But look at that. One player, yeah, they're smart. Like, one player goes down, but Do is very smart to play together and, kind of hold the same angle as his teammates. So at least he gets refrag and it's not a complete shutout coming in from DeathOrGlory. But, I mean, does it really matter? Because DeathOrGlory, they have 3 rounds here. Revile still sitting on 0. They desperately need to find an opening in this game. Otherwise, DeathOrGlory are just going to steamroll through it. And that's crazy to see, with Revile being definitely one of the favorites, if not the biggest favorites of this minor.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Revile has yet to win them around. I was really expecting them to almost do a shutout from the way they were playing the other day.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. Maybe it's that overconfidence. Maybe they just don't like playing Rust that much. But I mean, then they would have banned it, right? So, yeah, I mean, we'll see how it escalates. We're still only 3 rounds in. If they get 1, they can probably string together 2, and then we're almost back on equal terms. But definitely great performance coming in by DeathOrGlory here. Surprising everyone, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, maybe DeathOrGlory drank a gallon of caffeine and got their minds in the right position, overclocked them.
It does seem that they're playing more like robots rather than humans. I mean, they are overclocked. They are moving in. They are getting the frags. We've seen Picture with an absolutely insane performance so far. 6 kills in 3 rounds. But seems like that caffeine is starting to wear out. They're getting that caffeine crash here, because for now, it's a 3v4. Emperor very low as well. And another player on DeathOrGlory going down. So now, this looks like Revile just not letting DeathOrGlory get ahead, They can definitely lose some rounds, but look at this angle that he's holding. Oh, but actually, the timing doesn't work out for him. Oh, that was the perfect angle to hold there, but Yaxtu goes down as the last player on side of DeathOrGlory, and that's Revile taking their first rifle.
But can they keep this momentum, or are they going to lose it? That is the question.
Yeah, that's kind of always what you have to battle with. Like, even if you're having a good game, you have to have a good game until the end of it. Otherwise, AP is just going to push in, get one, get a nice clean headshot on the second there, and, your momentum starts to tilt, and it starts to go the other way for the other playing side. So, yeah, Revile not letting DeathOrGlory get too far ahead, but still, DeathOrGlory on 3 on the T side, nevertheless, on a quite CD-sided map. That's definitely a good start, but once again, it's the question that you just proposed. Are they able to keep going or not? Daz seems like he wants to. He's moving in slowly here, trying to scout for options. Now, right now, he's the only one there. The rest of the team is really towards the A side of things, except for Grex here, but they might just try to kind of open both bomb sites, see what picks they can get. And if, you know, they get a pick on B, they go B. If they get a pick on A, they go A. Franzi is getting naded, but still holding strong. Can't really spot any players yet.
And then the ones he can spot are his own teammates, so that's kind of useless.
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to grief and team kill, that's not really, doesn't really, you know, come in handy here. But actually, it was a good play because look, that has pulled 2 players towards the B side of things here. So Revile, they only have 3 players on A, and they were kind of on the back of the side. Now they're starting to get back on the actual side, but it seems like DeathOrGlory, they just need to make their execute now. Otherwise, this happens. 2 players going down pretty much simultaneously, Daz and Picture, and now that only leaves 2. And I mean, yeah, this doesn't look too good. The bomb isn't even close. Grex's gun barrel got probably spotted. So, well, what can he do here? Just shoot, probably try to save in a 1v5, maybe get some, you know, exit frags, but everyone is just pushing in. He doesn't go down, he does get a kill, but at what cost? His HP is low, his position is known, and pre-fires there do eliminate him in style. Revile, seems like those first 3 rounds had nothing to do with their mental. They are back on play.
Yeah, it looks like the overclocking has stopped.
Yep, that was a quick one. By the way, guys, here is the promo. Once again, you can get some free skins if you enter this code in the game. Now, do screenshot it quite quickly or write it down, and then preferably have a second device open where you can type it in. Otherwise, you know, the options are limited. There's only a limited number of people that get it, so you gotta be quick. You gotta be fast with it, and if you are, you get a free skin. Anyways, another aspect that's fast is DeathOrGlory's push this round. They are just pushing onto the A side of things. Bombs should be going down any second. Kills coming in as well. And they were eco. So getting those kills and getting Shroud would be very important. But seems like Revile are kind of able to stop it. 1 kill does come in from DeathOrGlory, but they're retreating back from the site. And even though it looked really promising at first, seems like Revile, they're not going to let this one slip in the late stages of the round.
Yeah, it looks like they tried to do a little bit of blitzkrieg, but it failed.
Yeah, most definitely.
But now is the perfect opportunity of, do they go for the plant? Do they go for a push? Or do they go from A to B or B to A? Or do they try to go for the search and destroy, or the search, or just the destroy? There's a lot of options still, even though it is a 2-on-4. Well,
yeah, now
correct
turn
myself,
1v3, and that's just over. That is over pretty much as soon as it started. Revile. Let's see, this is what I said. This is what I said when we were at 3-0. It's like, if they get 1, they can probably get the second. If they can probably get the second, it's almost equal. Now, here we are. We're on equal playing fields once again here, 3-3. Revile winning most of the rifle rounds here. DeathOrGlory still kind of coasting off of that pistol round win that granted them the second round as well. So DeathOrGlory, even though 3 rounds on the D side is not bad, it's also not good. So they definitely need to get the 4th, or would be very cool if they get the 5th one as well. Then when they switch to the CD side on the side switch, you know, it's more possible for them to do something here.
Yeah, this is really curious on my end. Is there a reason why there is 1 team member usually over on the other bomb site? And does he look for more than 1 silhouette? Or does he just yell, "There's a person over here"?
I don't know their inner workings. Like, I'm not the in-game leader, but I guess that, like, they're kind of trying to fake some sites, you know, like maybe fake B or fake A, like kind of make the perception that they're going A by that 1 player making some noise. But then in actuality, everyone is just waiting silently on the other side of things and just pushing suddenly when the rotation comes in. So yeah, it depends on these teams' playing styles. It seems like whatever playing style DeathOrGlory has adapted this round, it is working out. Ooh, that would have been big if Skill clicked the shoot button there, but you know, he's flashed, so he couldn't. And so DeathOrGlory, they finally find their stride once again. 4v2 now with the bomb being down. This seems like quite an impossible retake for Revile, but don't say impossible when it's Revile. You know, when it's land winners, you gotta play every round till the end. You can't just expect that you've won. and then not win. So Franzi's the only one left alive. Does seem like it's gonna go the way of DeathOrGlory here.
I really don't want to say who I'm thinking is going to win because I really would rather not curse anybody yet.
Yeah, the caster's curse really does come in strong. It's like you never wanna say that one team is gonna win or the other. Like I was even thinking like someone could offer me like 100 euros for me to say like, let's say, oh, DeathOrGlory is gonna win, and they're just not gonna. So yeah, I've stopped to abuse my caster's curse powers. I won't say like who is gonna technically win or who should win in this game. I mean, we touched on it a little bit in the pre-show, but yeah, DeathOrGlory definitely looking way better than well I expected, and I think most people expected. Getting 4 rounds in 7 against pretty much the top team or one of the top 3 teams in the world in Standoff 2 is no easy feat. So DeathOrGlory surprising everyone early here. The question is, are they able to kind of keep up this momentum and keep up this insane gameplay, or are they going to fall short, just like we've seen many other teams do in the first 2 days of the minor here, where they do really, really good against top-level competition, but then when it comes to that late stage of the game, when it comes to that kind of second half of the second half, they just stop their momentum and they can't finish it off. So yeah, so far so good. Looks like they're going to take a slower approach at this round.
Yeah. Even if DeathOrGlory loses this game totally, I still think they have bragging rights of saying we held our own against one of the biggest teams in the game, if not the biggest. Because at this point, they are basically neck and neck.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be hard. Like, you have to remember, like, even if they win this game, there's the second map coming as well, right? Like, it's not gonna be easy by any means for them. They'll have to win this one, and then, even if they win this one, it's best of 2, right? So it's off of round balance, so they will have to play their best on the second map as well. Now, that's still a lot of speculation, but what is not a speculation is this promo code. If you type it in, and if you're quick enough on the right side of the screen here, you will get a free skin in Standoff 2. We are giving out many promo codes, I believe 2 promo codes already in the matter of 8 rounds, so, this is kind of the way how we try to reward our viewers here for watching the English version of the Standoff 2 commentary of the minor. Go put in that code, try to be quick again, have a second device open to kind of increase your chances. But I mean, it's a good reward, I'd say, for the people who are watching the stream and being loyal to the Standoff 2 competitive scene.
Those codes are first come, first serve, and hopefully you get it. Because this Standoff 2 has some very beautiful skins in it.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing that I've noticed in these matches as well, is like the skins, the stickers, the kind of charms, or whatever you call them, that are like kind of dangling on the side of the gun here. They look really, really good, especially if you get that like sticker skin charm combo. I mean, you are rocking. Like, skins equal skill. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if it's, it's only cosmetic. It's not, man. Whenever I have a good skin in a game, I just play better. I'm just like, look at this beautiful gun. How could I not have some kills, get some kills with it, right? So, yeah, definitely a good observation.
Oh, yeah. I'm right there with you. If a good skin, either a player skin, a gun skin, even a knife skin, I seem to be a lot better. I want to prove myself.
Yeah, and it's also that kind of, added swag and added respect when someone picks up your gun. He's like, holy, that's a very, very nice skin there, man. So yeah, definitely be waiting for those promos if you want some of those good skins as well. But there you go, the halftime is here, and so far, Revile, I wouldn't really say that I'm impressed. I mean, with them being the best team, pretty much one of, at least one of the top 3 teams in this tournament, DeathOrGlory are definitely showing a big time and, making them run, and show that they actually are, to that kind of level that people expect them to be at. Because look at this, DeathOrGlory, they are 1 up on Revile, and they did this on the T side, nevertheless, the harder side to play on. So if they're able to continue with this, continue with their momentum on the CD side, and they're golden, at least for this game. And I mean, what better way to do that than to win the pistol? If you win pistol, it's pretty much like winning 2 rounds, like, because the next one, you know, the other team has to go eco, you're playing anti-eco, you pretty much just need to kill unarmored pistols. Like, how hard could it be? So Death or Glory, very, very big round for them here.
Yeah, this is do or die time at this moment. But it all does come down to what team is better at defense than the other, or are you better at the destroy? And then there's the concept of what strategy do you pick at certain times? Because there's been other tournaments. I'm not sure in Standoff, because this is actually my first tournament being a part of. Have you ever seen the defense actually blitzkrieg the others? Literally go out on the search?
Yeah, but it really, like, at specific times it works, because if you overdo it, it could be a very good strategy, especially like if the CD side, if the defense side is on like an eco or like a half buy. It's smart to push up, because nobody ever expects that, you know, from the T side. Like, that's not what you should be doing theoretically on the CD side. So it does kind of work as this kind of this one-off thing, but most of the time, you know, you just kind of hold your angles, maybe get a little bit aggressive, but nothing too much.
Yeah, I've always been a little curious on these YOLO moments, I'll call them. And then there's like this, let's see, 1-on-1 actual, no, 1-on-4.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
probably just
that's a
gonna be
1v4 of death here. Like, what can he do in this situation, right? Like, Daz, we know he's good, you know, that's what kind of he's in the minor, but come on, it's a 1v4, you're getting pushed, there's nothing you can do, especially with skill. Yeah, getting that clean headshot, like, it's pretty much over. And I mean, Revile, this is exactly what they needed to do. Now it's all equal again, and they get to play against the eco, so it's gonna be very easy, I'd say, for them to win this round, and then they're ahead. And at that point, when they're ahead, even if they're on the T side, that just kind of puts a dent in the mental stability and the mental fortitude of Death or Glory, because they're so close, right? They're winning on side switch, life is good, and then kind of this spanner in the works. Now Revile coming most likely in the lead again, like, they should definitely win this round, and then they have to fight that upwards battle again. They have to fight uphill, and we'll see. You know, that kind of what separates the good from the best, from the champions, is are you able to fight and, you know, pursue just like kind of winning in these tough situations. But picture, look at that positioning. I mean, he gets a weapon, so that's something. There's still 2 USPs and an FS on the side of Death or Glory, but that MP5 could definitely prove deadly for at least one more. But Lunax, he has something else to say about that. Clean executed headshot there on picture, and yeah, this makes the round pretty much over, unless a USP double is coming, which I don't think it will. Oh, pardon my words there, does kill 1. So 2v3 now, but once again, you know, Revile very good at trading out these players. Like, if one dies, there's a second one that just comes up immediately after and gets a refrag, so it's still going to be very hard for Yax to do anything here. He does pick up some nice utility, an MP5 as well, but he is smoked off, the bomb is planted. But on the other side of things, Emperor with a big clean headshot, wallbang headshot nevertheless. So now 2v2 situation, and look at that, Franzis is low, so actually they might be able to do something here. Gets refragged. Oh, and that is very big from Franzis. Skill and Franzis played that perfectly. Again, playing together, not allowing Death or Glory to isolate 1v1 duels here. Playing on refrags, and I mean, that's why Revile is at top. They know how to play in pretty much every single situation here.
Yeah, this is some damn good teamwork so far. We've seen from Revile now. But I still think they're just trading off rounds. If either Death or Glory or Revile can at least get 2 rounds in a row, I suspect they might be able to hold that momentum now.
Yeah, Revile they definitely need to get this round to kind of, not even, you know, establish their dominance in terms of rounds, but also kind of establish their mental dominance here, because Death or Glory, again, they had such a good, you know, start. But now, since the switch, they haven't won any rounds. Granted, it's only been 2, But if they lose the rifle as well, it's like we've lost 3 rounds in a row. Now we have to come back from this 5-7 situation, and it's like all of these kind of negative thoughts just kind of bottle up and just come one after another. So yeah, we'll see what they're able to do. We'll see what they're able to do. Seems like Revile, they know how important this round is. So they don't want to just like kind of rush in and die and, kind of leave it more up to Lady Luck. They want to play slowly and see, like, clear all angles, see what they can do, make sure that if they die, it's due to their skill, not like some, random off angle or something. So do here, cleaning every angle with jiggle peaks here, just going, strafing, going left and right, checking that in every single kind of common angle you can hold on the B bomb side of things. Nothing is there, but picture, that does not matter to him. He's just gonna line up 2 there with the M16. And that leaves Revile in a very, very bad situation here. Lunax's position is probably known, or at least expected, and that's crazy. DeathOrGlory able to shut everyone out. 5v0. There you go, DeathOrGlory. They're definitely not out of this game yet.
No, they might just have found their mojo again. Nice wall bang right there, though. Really nice.
Yeah, I mean, that always looks good. Like, if you can visualize where the player is on the other side of the wall bagging him is just extra style points, but it's also like a very useful skill. Like, if you're able to visualize where the head or at least the body could be, you can definitely get kills that, the opponents pretty much have no answer for because, well, they're on the other side of the wall. They have no idea where you're shooting from. It's somewhere from the other side of the wall, right? But that's kind of one of the reasons why whenever I play, I try to go far from walls, so that way it's harder to hit me. But what is not hard for is for Daz to get a triple there.
Daz triple.
Triple headshot. I know, Revile, they're only on pistols, but that just looked so clean. You gotta give it to him. And honestly, Daz could be up to complete the first ace of the tournament, but looks like, picture, he does not want that to happen. Perhaps he wants to get the first ace because Yaxtu eliminates his last player on the other side of the map. But DeathOrGlory, they're looking really, really solid here. I mean, they're getting the frags. They can pretty much do what they need to do to get, to get to the victory here. The question is, can they hold on to it for 3 more rounds?
Well, the only time will tell.
Yeah.
Let us see.
I mean, we're like 7 rounds away from closing if this goes the distance. Or actually 6, I should say. And so far, I couldn't really make a case for either of the teams. Like Revile, it seems like they're good to, actually keep holding on and, provide ample firepower. But at the same time, DeathOrGlory, they're just putting in the work. They're putting in the work that we did not expect to see from them, at least in terms of the odds, because they're in lead. There's pretty much 3 more rounds to close out. And maybe I should even say 2 more rounds because it's a 4v5. Picture is low, but DeathOrGlory do have the player advantage. And we can see Revile, they're not even sure where to go. They're trying to play it slowly because every time they peek something, they go down for the last few rounds. So they are looking towards that A side of things, but guess what? DeathOrGlory, they have 3 players there. So even if they decide to hit A, which seems to be the case here, they are not outnumbered, but they're playing a 3v3, which is not ideal if you're on that T side of things. You kind of want to have at least 1 more player pushing in than there is on the CD side of things. But yeah, DeathOrGlory, they're calling this perfectly. B rotations coming in as well. We can see that picture is rotating from the B side of things. So it's going to be a 4v4 madness on the A side of things. Now, Yaxtu does go down, so that's quite big for Revile. But with flashes coming in, they're not really allowing Revile to make any further moves here. But Skill almost single-handedly keeping the game, keeping the round alive. And Picture and Daz on the other side, I mean, they both have 14 kills to their name. So they're definitely looking to extend those kills, maybe even get to 20 bomb here. But it seems like, yeah, DeathOrGlory, they're just able to refrag when it matters. So now a 2v3 situation. Skill and Do, they're both on half HP. So it's just going to be hard to do anything here. Now, Do is able to get 1. So now, once again, an equal playing field. Now, this is getting pretty much as close as it could get in these situations. Thing is, DeathOrGlory, they're smoked off. Look, 1-for-1 trade once again.
Wow, that...
But the time runs out. That is crazy. DeathOrGlory, they win off of time. They win off of time. Like, that Revile, they just didn't have time to plant. I mean, they did have time, but they knew as soon as they start planting, DeathOrGlory is going to peak. So they kind of had to, get win their gun duels. they just couldn't do it in time. So that's, I wouldn't say a rookie mistake, but you know, time running out is definitely not ideal, especially if you're playing in Pro League. So yeah, Revile, they need to show up. They desperately need to show up in the last few rounds here. Otherwise, DeathOrGlory are up for a very crazy upset for the first game of day 3.
Yeah, it does not look very good for Revile right now, considering they're pretty much out of money right now. Unless they can pick these rounds up, they might be going some pistol rounds.
Yeah, a Nico is in the picture if they're not able to get this one. Like, look at their cash. It's definitely not good. $0, 100. Like, they have pretty much 1,000, a bit more than 1,000 combined on the team. And then you look at picture, he has triple that on him on himself. So it's gonna be a very hard fight here for a while. They like DeathOrGlory are pretty much gonna be able to buy every single round until the game ends. So Revile, there is no chance for them to get a freebie round here. Like, even if they win 3 in a row, there's just no way that DeathOrGlory are going eco. They have the money of dreams pretty much going on here. 10,000 almost on Daz. Like, he can just drop. If his teammates run out of money, he can you know, drop them. So yeah, it's gonna be Revile. This is where they really show why they have that top 1/top 2 contender spot in the Standoff 2 competitive scene. If they are able to come back from this hit, then, you know, I see what people mean. If they're not, then, I mean, we'll have to see more in the second game of things. And seems like they do have something to say about it, but maybe not enough yet. However, everyone actually going down. Is this another one of those crazy comebacks that we see during day 1 and day 2? I mean, it could be the case.
Because it is Daz alive.
Yeah, Daz.
He might be able to take this.
Oh, that was a nice attempt. But once again, DeathOrGlory, you know, they're playing good, but Revile, they're just so good on those refrags. We've seen it throughout this whole game where they pretty much always stick together. They're pretty much holding each other's hands here. If one player goes down, his teammate is like 1 meter away, ready to peek a different angle and get the refrag. So we haven't even seen that many doubles or, you know, even triples for that sake from DeathOrGlory because of those refragging abilities on the side of Revile Gaming. And I mean, yeah, they're shortening the lead here. You know, we've seen crazier comebacks. We literally saw a 5-9 turning into a 10-9 comeback in the first or second game of play. Pardon me, I don't remember exactly, but you know, it's definitely possible for Revile. It's Revile nevertheless, but still, I'd say DeathOrGlory are in a comfortable lead here. Their money is good, their mental is pretty good as well, so they should be able to, you know, just kind of hold it down, just hold on for 2 more rounds, possibly even 1. Like, if they win this round, Revile might have to do a partial buy. Only $0 on Franzis, 100 on skill. Like, it's just gonna be hard for them to do much here.
Yeah, it looks like if anything, they might need to either do an eco round. Well, Daz just went down by skill. That's surprising. But that's what happens when you pre-fire, though, in most cases. Expecting to see some corner.
Yeah, if you get a pre-fire right, there's not really much that the opponent can do. Like, by the time he's ready to react, he's already 6 feet deep. So, very nice pre-fire there. Revile, they are looking to get this round, but honestly, it's a 4v4. And once again, DeathOrGlory are really good at kind of expecting where the bomb might go. Now, it does seem like Revile, they're not sure. They might actually be moving towards B. Oh, that would be a huge call here. If they can even like fake B a little bit more as well. There's only 1 player left on that B side of things, and he goes down, so the bomb side is open. Okay, this gets interesting, and Lunax, what is that positioning? Almost gets the triple. Lunax almost single-handedly wins the late stage of the round there, gets a crazy double. So now Greg's the only one left alive. He has to push in. His position is known, and skill finishes off what Lunax started. Revile, we're back on equal playing field, playing here. It's 8-8 for both teams. Man, DeathOrGlory, once again, they find themselves in the lead and then they lose it. Are they able to do what they did twice already in this match and keep on pushing even when the comeback seems like it's coming from the other team? Here we can see a nice spray down with the scope rifle, but Lunax, this won the round. His positioning, very good. Gets almost the call out there, like both players running together. DeathOrGlory just not ready to predict now which bomb site is going to be hit in a, you know, timely fashion. So Revile 8-8. This is going to be hard. Oh, and actually, DeathOrGlory, I said they're going to be able to buy until the end of the game. Seems like that's not the case. They're opting for kind of a hero M16. The rest of the team is on Desert Eagles, FSs, MP7s, and a Fab, I believe it is, or an SM. But yeah, it's just going to be hard for them to do anything in this round. With Pixel already down, Grex low, it is over. They have to start looking at match point for Revile.
Yeah, not sure what. Yeah, if there would be any method I would take at this point in the game. Because the moment you actually kill somebody, your position is exposed. But you also really shouldn't care at this point because, well, your position's already exposed because they're going to assume where you are.
What a
just
way
like
to
Lunix
finish
with that double.
Yeah, Lunax, he just finishes off what Revile started the comeback. Not the biggest of comebacks, but still very, very, very impressive. 6-8 down, and now just playing out of their minds. Revile showing up very big in these last few rounds, especially Lunax. We saw him get that crazy rotation cut off in the last round, where he just got a double and pretty much turned a 3v3 into a 1v3 single-handedly. And now in this round, you know, not really that big of an impact frag there, not that big of an impact double, but that's still very important to get, you know. To kind of finish off the round to make sure that they actually win it when it's like a 2v3, 2v4. Still, somebody needs to do that job, and it seems like Lunax, he had his application filled. So, DeathOrGlory, they are now the team that's fighting in a more disadvantaged position here. I mean, it's just going to be hard. Like, they are holding down the A site. There are 3 players towards there, you know, so it's not going to be like a complete shutout by Revile, even if they do decide to push in, but they're just on momentum, and they're on momentum in the last finishing strides of the game. So yeah, we'll see. This is very interesting. Seems like both, like there's almost a minute rundown on the clock and no engagements yet. Both teams don't want to make a mistake like Skill did right there. He just rushed in. I'm not sure if he got flashed in. He was just like, no, I'm just gonna enter, you know. And so he does get info. Do is able to get a refrag here on Yaxtu. But at the same time, like, they lost a player, and now DeathOrGlory know there's gonna be a. Look what that has done to the rotations. 3 players towards A side of things, and one is not even staying on B. Like, if Revile went B right now, that would be probably the best decision. It seems like they just want to hit the A side hard. They're throwing in the executes, they're throwing in the utility. This is for everything. If DeathOrGlory want to win, they have to win this 3v4. They're able to get one. Now 3v3 situation. Grex, he is spamming through the smoke. Bomb going down. Oh, there's players everywhere. Smokes, new angles. Grex pushing in. He does spot one, but can he kill them? That's the question. He does get one. Almost a second. Grex! What a double there. Now 1v1, 1v2, excuse me, against Franzis. Franzis has been good throughout this whole game, but he's smoking himself up. What strategy is this? A flash coming in, and Greg's just finishing off the triple there, spamming through the smoke. So DeathOrGlory still in this, taking us to the first 9-9 scoreline I've seen in the minor so far. This final round is for everything. It's for all the marbles. Which team will actually be the superior one in the 19th round of play here?
That is a good question, because they're both playing at the top of their games right now.
Yeah, they are most definitely at the top of their game. I mean, if you want to be at the top of your game, or at least at the top of your skin game, get this promo code, you know, write it down, screenshot it, whatever, put it in the game and get a free skin for yourself. It's definitely gonna, you know, look cool on the server. But yeah, we're getting into this. This is for everything. DeathOrGlory against Revile. First match of the best of 2 on Rust. And we're going the whole 9 yards. We're going the whole distance here. 9-9. Both teams, 5 players alive. Again, the slow approach is the favorite one from both teams. They don't want to make a mistake, obviously. But, I mean, at some point, Revile will have to make a move. We'll see if that move is a mistake or a genius one, but DeathOrGlory, they can just keep holding on these angles for a long while. They don't really have to do much here. Just have to hold your angle, have to make sure as soon as someone walks into 2 axes that matter, the X and the Y, you click that shoot button and you get that frag. Emperor, he's looking to do just that, gets a crucial frag on Skill, and Lunax, he goes down from a shotgun. That's crazy, but Franzis, he does not want it to end this way. 3v4 here. He is gonna reload, throw some nice utility. Smokes being there as well, so the bomb is gonna go down. We're looking at a 3v4 retake. Now, DeathOrGlory and Revile, they're pretty much equal here. One more player on DeathOrGlory, but now that is getting rid of as well. Gets a double. Oh, this looks so bad. He is the man for the mission in the last round of play here, getting a triple. Now, all left up to Daz. I'm not sure he can do it. Gets one, but Franzis eliminates him, and that finishes the first game. Revile Gaming being the victors of the first best of two. It did go the full distance, but in those crucial last rounds, especially in that last round, they're just able to win it off. I would say off of individual skill. Like, I don't know what you think about it, but like, he got a crazy triple there, and like that pretty much changed the whole outcome of the round, right? Like, it just shows that team play maybe wins the round, but like individual skill is what you need in these crucial moments. So it's like a 3v4 and one player is pushing in.
Yeah, and the concept of it's really nice to be able to switch between the two methods, the solo play and the team play, if the situation calls for it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to see the solo play, here it is. Some good, nice doubles on the pistols. That's getting refrag though. But yeah, I'd say the individual skill was definitely up to par. Like, we didn't really see any players slacking. We did see some players getting like way more kills than others, but there wasn't really anyone who is like on 3 kills, and every time you spectate them, it's like, what have they, like, what? Why is he in the tournament? So yeah, I'd say both teams definitely had prepared individually, but when it matters, when it matters the most in that last round of play, call it whatever you want. Maybe luck, maybe just a little bit more individual skill. But yeah, DeathOrGlory just not able to close out what they started. We started off so bright for them with 3 rounds in a row. Getting an early 3-0 opener on Revile is definitely, important, but yeah, they're just not able to finish it off. So, kills galore all around. We saw some nice doubles, also triple. Our first contender for the ace was there as well, but his teammate had something else to say about that. Here we can see picture utilizing the USP, what it means to hold a good angle. And here, once again, the refragging of Revile was absolutely insane. It seemed like there was never a player left alone. Okay, sure, here Daz might have caught 3 off guard, but most of the time, if one player went down, another one from Revile immediately took his place and was able to refrag. So yeah, big ups to Revile for that. DeathOrGlory, they're definitely putting up a fighting chance. And I mean, the thing is, even if they've lost, it's a best of 2, right? So all they have to do is win the second game. They don't have to worry that much about round balance, They don't have to worry about winning with this amount of rounds or this amount of rounds. If they win the second game, they've pretty much won the best of 2. So we'll see how that goes on the second map that is coming up anytime soon here. But yeah, here in the final rounds, 9-9, Grex completing this crazy triple in the 1v2. 2v3 turned 1v2. But then in the final round of play, just Revile just a little bit better, but that little bit is what mattered in the long run.
Yeah, these matches are extremely crucial, but also the momentum you can get from a actual win from this first match is even more crucial than the divide between the actual round number. Because if you can go into the next match with this win, there's a bigger chance of you keeping that momentum into the next rounds.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it definitely helps if you won the first game, but at the same time, I'd say DeathOrGlory, they definitely still have like a huge fighting chance, right? Like, if they didn't expect to win the first game, this is the next best result that I could have hoped for. Being down on the first map and losing the first map, but only by 1 round. So that 1 round, it's not that much. You can definitely come back from that. And I mean, they are definitely looking to do that. DeathOrGlory versus Revile Gaming, the best of 2 second game is underway. Here we go. Zone 9, the favorite map of the competitive teams here. We've seen it for the 5th time in 10 games here now in 3 days of the minors. So we'll see which one is best on the most coveted map of the competitive here.
It's nice to see that it is actually by far is my most favorite map because you can do a lot of different stuff in it.
Yeah, you can play from the second floor, you can play from the first floor, especially on the B side of things. There's so many different angles to pick to camp on if you're on the CD side, or so many different angles you have to clear on the T side. So individual skill is definitely more important on Zone 9 than it is on Rust, I'd say. Like Rust, there's a lot of different strats you can do. There's a lot of different boosts. There's a lot of different team play aspects. Zone 9, in my opinion, it's more of like I'm going to rush in and I'm going to click heads quicker than the opposite team, and so we're going to win. So we'll see if DeathOrGlory, maybe what failed them in the first game was a little bit of that team play. We'll see if they're able to overcompensate that aspect with just their pure raw individual mechanic skill. Now, Grex, he is trying to look for some openers here. Doesn't really spot anything, but he might be hearing some footsteps. Oh, he definitely is. Now two knights coming in.
He is definitely. Oh, he was ambushed.
Down. Yeah, he's definitely relaying that info, but I mean, info is valuable, but a player is definitely more valuable than that. And with two players being lost on DeathOrGlory's side here, and the bomb almost getting planted here, I mean, nothing really stopping it from getting planted. It's just going to be hard for them to win the pistol. Now 2v4, AP is low, Do is semi-low, but I mean, the bomb is in, the defuse will need to come in the next 35 to 30 seconds approximately, something like that. And oh, they are able to get one, and that is the full HP player. So if AP goes down, it's back to equal playing grounds here. Emperor, he's trying to do his best, but Revile, they're playing this very smart. They're playing off of time. They do not want to give them any kills. They just want them to defuse, and once they defuse, they can peek. They don't even need to wait for the defuse though. A nade and Franzi's P350 finishes off what they started. And so Revile, they're starting off strong. We saw DeathOrGlory on the first map get a triple, 3 rounds in a row. Here seems like Revile, they do not want to let that happen again. They don't want the game to be as close as it was on Rust, getting the first one. But once again, look at this. DeathOrGlory have bought up more than you'd expect.
Yeah, and I'm actually seeing a good amount of shotgun action in this game. Yeah, these two games so far. But this,
yeah, the shotguns are definitely a weapon of choice for both these teams, seems like.
Yeah, but I've noticed between today, and the last 2 days, certain maps are no good with a shotgun.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like shotgun is kind of thing where if you can pick your angle and just hold it, it works, but you can't really, there's not really much diversity of things you can do with it.
Yeah, it's good for clearing doorways, but that's about it.
Right.
But then again, we did see that double kill the other day.
Yeah, it was quite an interesting double kill because, getting one with the shotgun is oftentimes difficult. Getting two, well, that is definitely, deserves some props here. But seems like Picture will need to do, at least get a triple here to have a fighting chance at this one. 3v5, bomb being planted. DeathOrGlory players, one is still left on A, one is close towards the T-spawn of things. So I don't even think they're going to go for this, They don't really have the best weaponry to save, literally a USP that costs $0. And then, well, I wanted to say an FS, but that goes down as well. So yeah, DeathOrGlory not looking too good in the opener of the second map here. Pretty much everyone going down. That USP being saved, which, I mean, doesn't even have Kevlar, so I feel like you could have just kind of went for, just some extra economical damage. Really no reason to stay alive there other than kill padding, but maybe, it was the IGL giving a call. Anyways, here is a promo code to get a nice free skin in Standoff 2. Now, granted, you have to be quick. You have to type it in faster than the others, or at least faster than the majority. But if you do, you will definitely get a nice skin. I believe yesterday it was G22 Carbon. We'll see what skin it is today. But yeah, DeathOrGlory, they need to find their stride in this first rifle round. Seems like it's not even a full rifle round for them. Pictures on a Desert Eagle, so that just makes things a little bit more difficult for them.
Yeah. Let's see. It does not look very good for DeathOrGlory right now. They are essentially out of money right now.
Yeah, they've put everything that they could in this round. Like there's if they lose this one, we're looking probably at a 5-0 scoreline. Like it's that bad for them. But Picture only has a Desert Eagle, but he doesn't need more. He can find a headshot with that. And so it's a 2v3, very unexpected here, but skill, he does not want to let it slip. Now, he doesn't know the position of the last player. He's looking the wrong direction. Oh, that timing. You do not want to be on the side of skill. You know, if that timing happens, that's just diabolical. Does take down AP, and that finishes off the round. So DeathOrGlory, a very monumental round for them. It was pretty much do or die. I know we're literally 3 rounds in, I'm already saying do or die, but yeah, DeathOrGlory, like they needed that round. Otherwise, we're looking at a very, very early head start for Revile.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it really was a nice headshot. But these teams, it only takes one lucky actual round coming out of a gun to actually get a headshot.
Yeah,
As we all
sometimes
know, these games, the bullet mechanics are not always the same.
No, I mean there's a little bit of RNG, you know, involved as well. Like sometimes it's like, how is this not a headshot? But you know, that's kind of how the way she goes, you know, with competitive games. Sometimes Lady Luck is just on the other side, and you know you gotta deal with that. So, nevertheless, a very nice round coming in there. Picture getting that very crucial Desert Eagle headshot. I'd say that single-handedly changed the outcome of the round, or at least the majority of it. And so, DeathOrGlory, they are still fully in this. Remember, they lost the first game, but they only lost it by 1 round. So, if they're able to just win this game, they've won the best of 2 against one of the best, if not the best teams in Standoff 2 history. So, that would be a monumental achievement for them. And that would make actually Group A a very interesting place, because now things are not really going as maybe the betters or the books would have expected. So Grex, he is looking for an opener here. Trying a pre-fire. Oh, that is very nice. He takes down 1. And now only 2 players left alive on side of RevialGG. It's AP and Franzies. Actually, never mind. They're equalizing it. Not exactly equalizing, but you know, it's a 2v4 made 2v3. That nade was really, really weird. He for some reason bounced down the wall. But he is pushing in. And so DeathOrGlory take the 4th round of play here. Once again, bringing it to an equal playing field. Now, actually, I'm really I don't know about you, DB, but I'm really impressed by the way DeathOrGlory are showing up today. It seems like they're just not letting Revile get away with an easy victory here.
No, it looks like they actually came to play. But I am a little surprised that I don't think anybody has gotten over 3 rounds ahead of each other today so far.
Yeah, it's I'd say the closest best of 2 that we see so far. Like everyone is, nobody is letting anyone, you know, take the upper hand for too long here. I'm certainly very impressed by DeathOrGlory's performance here. I mean, they still have to keep it up. They have to keep it going, but yeah. Interesting to see though, in this round, they just choose to stack the B site, and that seems like the worst call ever. Because Revile, they get an empty bomb site, bomb plant coming in very quickly, and the thing is, they're only on pistols, so even if they lose this round, it's still a victory, because you know that extra cash from the bomb plant is pretty much all you could wish for if you only have pistols to your name. But the thing is, they're not even losing this round. They are 1 player ahead, and I mean, 1 nade could literally take out all of them, so DeathOrGlory should technically be able to win this out. It seems like the fuse is coming in. Yeah, I mean, unless AP or skill do something absolutely insane here, it is going to be DeathOrGlory's round any day of the week here. There you go, AP going down, but still, even though DeathOrGlory win the round, they let RevialGG on the site uncontested, and with that bomb plant coming in, that's just extra cash that, you know, RevialGG gets. So, yeah, they're looking to maybe not win that round and at least win this one with some nice cash on their side as well. They can probably buy in the next one as well.
Yeah, it looks like they wanted to go an eco round. Save up for better weaponry for the next one.
Yeah, that's kind of what you have to do sometimes. You know, it's not a pleasant choice to make. You never want to kind of face rifles with unarmored pistols, but you know, it's a needed choice. It's a desperate one, might I say. Daz, he is rocking the FAMAS. We haven't seen much with the FAMAS. I mean, we've seen some kills, but we haven't seen like, oh my god, that's a crazy triple. So we're looking for some nice clips with it. And if we look at the kills here, seems like DeathOrGlory, everyone is showing up equally. Like, sure, 1 player might have 5, another one 3. but you know, they're really neck and neck here in terms of kills. Another side of things, seems like Revile, they have these two kind of top fraggers here, AP and Franzis, and then the rest is kind of just playing support, which, you know, sometimes makes sense, but sometimes you need everyone to show up. And if, you know, Do and Skill are on only one kill, in this being a 6th round of play, they'll really need to pick up the pace individually to actually get Revile over the line here, because DeathOrGlory, they are starting to do what nobody has been able to do yet, which is get more than 3 rounds in a row and just accelerate that lead.
Yeah, I'm a little curious if they can keep this up, because in my mind, if they can get it, well, a couple more of these kills, they might not be able to. But if DeathOrGlory can take at least 2 more rounds, I think they're moral, whatever, well, however you pronounce it, is going to be sky high.
Yeah, I mean, DeathOrGlory, they could be riding on emotions here, just on those, you know, we've got this. We're literally playing against the best team and we're doing it. But the thing is, Revile, they do plant the bomb and there is no retake coming in inside. This is the FAMAS that I mentioned before. It looks like it's not even going to be in play. 1v3, Daz probably trying to save that scoped rifle. It's a better upgrade, definitely, you know, over the FAMAS. Okay, that's an interesting play. Yeah, that's a very interesting play, because like he knew he had lost the round, so saving would have been the best option, especially after he's able to upgrade from the FAMAS. But what he chooses to do instead is go for the kind of, I'd say, like vanity kill there. No, he just wanted to get that frag, which might look nice on his scoreboard, but definitely doesn't look good in terms of bank balance on the side of DeathOrGlory. So yeah, they're still able to buy up, but you know, one extra rifle, extra like $3,000 or $4,000 is definitely could mean a lot in a lot of different scenarios here. Well, there you go. Yeah, just neck and neck throughout the whole best of 2 today. Both teams not allowing the second one to get ahead. And DeathOrGlory, they're looking to get their 4th here, especially on the CD side of things. You gotta have at least 1 more round to not, you know, have a panic situation on these side of things. But Lunax, he knows that, and he doesn't want to allow that to happen. He wants to win. So Yaxtu, he gets 1, but does get taken down. Oh, and that is quite big by Do. Franzis, another nice kill on Greg, just kills galore here, coming in from Revile. DeathOrGlory, they only have Picture alive, and he is already considering saving, literally getting as far away from the action as possible. Seems like he won't be going for the vanity kills here. He'll just be going for, you know, holding an angle and praying that this weapon doesn't get taken away from him, because there's only $100 from his to his name. So probably DeathOrGlory will have to go eco next round, but at least they'll have that one hero M16 on their side and some util, you know, some Kevlar and the fuse kit left over.
Yeah, this is all going to come down to this next round, money-wise for Picture. Because as long as he can stay alive, well, that he did, and hold down to that weapon, which he did, all is good. But now the question is, will he give it to his teammates?
I mean, that's a good question. Like, if I'd say if someone was having just that like insane game where like everyone is on like 4 or 5 kills and then this one guy's on 15, that weapon probably would get dropped over. But I mean, this situation, again, DeathOrGlory are very close, very tied in terms of just individual fragging abilities. So I think Picture will just keep it. He has the utility nevertheless, so you know, it's smarter to keep kind of the guy who has the util to also have the superior weapon here. So yeah, he'll just keep on playing with the weapon. The rest of the team, we see 3 FSs and then a Desert Eagle on Emperor. That Desert Eagle will have to go big. Like Picture used it very well in one of these eco rounds and was actually able to secure the round. Now Emperor, his teammate, he has to learn from a Picture and do the same, because otherwise Revile, they are going to accelerate once again. Franzis, not sure if that nade was meant to go there. I don't think so. So they are getting smoked off, and even though they have the better weaponry, in the minute that it has been in play so far, there hasn't really been much action. Seems like Revile, they might not know that DeathOrGlory are eco, so they just don't want to, you know, just rush in. They want to make sure that they check their angles. And I mean, Daz, he tries to surprise them, but Franzi is doing exactly that, checking angles and taking heads. So now, yeah, this is what should have happened in this round. I mean, with DeathOrGlory only on pistols. That M16 is still in play, so there's maybe a little bit of chance for DeathOrGlory to win this. Yeah, but now it's the only thing in play, so it is just gonna be hard. And there you go, Franzi's shutting out picture. 0-4. Yep, Revile, they're starting to pick up the momentum once again. But I mean, DeathOrGlory, they were in the lead a few rounds ago here, so perhaps they will come back in this round. If not, we will most likely see our first 3-round lead here. We'll see if that's possible. Once again, for people just tuning into the stream, the first game on Rust went 10-9 to the favor of Revile, so definitely very close scenes on the first map. And DeathOrGlory, realistically, they only need to win this map. They don't need to worry about round balance, they only need to win. Now, they are kind of not in the best situation to do that, at least of right now, you know, being 2 rounds down on CD side. And with Franzi's taking this kill, it might get even harder, but Yaxtu, he's showing up right when you need him. And Emperor finishes up a piece. So once again, not letting either team, not letting the opposing force get ahead by more than 2 rounds. I mean, it's a 2v3, don't get me wrong. Lunax getting Grex definitely changes the percentages of outcomes of this round, but yeah, it should be still a closeout from DeathOrGlory. 1v3, skill is on full HP and only 2 players towards that B side of things, so maybe if he's able to isolate his gun duels here, it seems like they know where his location is. He's checking angles. Oh, almost gets caught off guard, and yeah, that's just gonna be over for him. Tries to get some nice movement and maneuver around those smokes, but that is half time with Revile Gaming leading by 1 in the terms of maps, and also by 1 in the terms of rounds. So this is, I'd say, the closest best of 2 that we've seen out of the 5 being played in these first 3 opening days of the minor.
Yeah, this has been very surprising because I was not expecting this close of a match. I was really thinking, yeah, either Revile or even DeathOrGlory would have just ran right through them.
Yeah, especially with Revile having a very good opening game in day 1, and then DeathOrGlory having I'll just say subpar game in the second day of play. We kind of expected Revile to, you know, just shut it out, probably not even give DeathOrGlory 10 rounds on both maps, but the exact opposite has happened. Game as close as you could wish for is happening right here, right in front of our eyes. And I mean, DeathOrGlory, they do get the plant, so that's really good for them. They do have to defend it, and they are 1 player short. If you look at Revile Gaming's side, they have 4, DeathOrGlory on 3, Picture low as well. But honestly, they've planted the bomb. They've done half of the job here. Picture gets down in skill as well, so now they just have to play on time. They just have to make sure they can defuse, but Grex is the only one left alive. He's able to connect 1 headshot, but he is taking the aggressive peek, and that is going to be his demise. So he goes down, and that is due an AP, winning out the pistol round, defusing the bomb, putting Revile on this 2-round lead again that we haven't seen extended to 3. So once again, I'd say the biggest opportunity for either team to extend those 3 rounds is this one, because Revile, they're buying up, and DeathOrGlory, well, they would sure wish to, but they can't. They don't really have the most money, and they know even if they do a force here, it's not going to be rifles, it's probably going to be SMGs, and then if they lose it, which, you know, they're still inclined to lose because of playing against rifles, the next round they have to go like eco once again. So they're just opting for 3 Tech 9s here and a G22 on Daz and Yaxtu, and they're gonna try to do their best, but I mean, they can try, they can certainly try.
That was a failure.
That was a huge failure, just everyone getting shut out. I believe this round was like, what, 10, 15, maybe 20 seconds tops. And I mean, this is Revile Gaming 3 away from stealing the best of 2 and just proving where they are, you know, in the discussion of one of the best, if not the best teams in Standoff 2.
Yeah, it looks like Skill got a double in that one. And Do got a double assist.
Yeah, they're just padding their stats at this point, especially in those eco rounds. Like, it's like a slur at this point to call someone an eco fragger, you know. But it does make sense because if you have a rifle and three unarmored pistols are rushing you, I mean, it is kind of an easy way how to, you know, pad your stats. But don't get me wrong, it's needed. Like, you still need to kill those, right? Even though you're in a heavy advantage there, you know, with the armored rifles, you still need someone to do the jobs here. Oh, and Lunax, he might have spotted the gun barrel there, so... okay. Okay. I mean, Picture is just better. Even though Lunax knows perfectly where he's coming from, Picture has really been the man of the match here. His kills might not be up there, but in terms of importance of those kills, you know, it's definitely up there for discussion of MVP of the game, but he'll have to do a little bit more than that because right now, it's only a 4v5, and DeathOrGlory need to plant the bomb, so they haven't even cleared a single bomb site here.
Yeah, I'm thinking if I was DeathOrGlory, I'd go for the plant right now and try to get at least the money from the plant.
Right, like, just get, you know, one step forward. Don't really think about winning ground or even, like, winning the game or the best of two. Just think about, you know, the next step. Getting that next kill, planting that bomb. I think that type of mentality is what most of these pro teams try to adopt. Because if you start to think too long term here, it can just like really, you know, be demotivating. Especially if you are, you know, on the other side, on the receiving end of Revial's gaming slaughter in these last couple of rounds here. So Picture, he's going to try to push in the site and see what he can do. Emperor is going to be able to take down Skill and Franzi. So almost a flawless round here coming in from DeathOrGlory. Once again, I am really surprised that they are just not breaking. Like they're like, sure, we can bend a little bit, but we're not gonna break. We're just not gonna break. You know, you can get a couple rounds, you can make it look like you're gonna win, but at the end of the day, DeathOrGlory, I think 3 or even 4 times in a row here in this best of 2, have found a way back in the game after being in a situation where it looks like, you know, now it's over, but it's never really over. It seems like when DeathOrGlory is on the opposing side of things.
Well, they're really like the concept of an underdog story.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I like underdog stories as well. To me, those are the most interesting to watch. You know, when you watch a team where the odds are against them and nobody really believes in them, they're like, no, you know, you can think your thoughts, but your thoughts don't really matter because we're just gonna steamroll this. We're just gonna take this. Now, granted, DeathOrGlory, they are a bit, you know, they still haven't taken it. They still need 5 rounds, whereas Revile only need 3, and they are on that CD side of things where it's generally just easier to get those rounds. So definitely still kind of a David versus Goliath situation here where maybe the odds are not in your favor, but you know, we'll see if the spirit is, because that's ultimately what wins you the games. And he has some other thoughts about the possible comeback from DeathOrGlory here. He's just gonna take down Emperor. That makes it a 4v5. DeathOrGlory not even like opening bomb sites here, just kind of playing it slowly and checking their angles, seeing what they can do from the far here.
Yeah, and so what we've seen so far from DeathOrGlory, I say they have, when this is all said and done, they have bragging rights to say they had toe-to-toe with the best team in the game, or esports scene.
Yeah, they've definitely like put in the work after their first loss yesterday. Like yesterday, they were definitely looking like a team that will probably get relegated and not get those finals on 25th and 26th of February. But now they're you know, they're still not looking like they deserve it, but they definitely are. They look like they, you know, are definitely in the consideration pool of the teams that could advance. Now, Revile, they are expected to advance, so it's actually the fact that it's been so hard for them to beat DeathOrGlory here that's kind of maybe making some people's heads tilt here. But even if it's been hard, it's not really about if it's hard or not. It's about, can you actually, you know, results? Can you actually win the game? And seems like Revile are able to do that. They might struggle a little bit here or there, but continuously they're just able to get more kills, more rounds. And what you can get more of is a skin. So there's a promo code on the right side of the screen here. Go screenshot it, write it down. Just make sure to punch it in the Standoff too, and you will be able to get a free skin if you are quick enough. So That's just a fun little thing that we run, that the crew, the production crew behind us run here. So, you know, I think it's great. Kind of rewards the people who are loyal and who are watching the standoff to competitive scene. Now, he is going to open up with a nice headshot together with his teammate, and this round just looks so dreadful if you're on the side of DeathOrGlory. Rex is trying to do something there, but one kill is simply not going to be enough. And now Yaxtu in almost an impossible situation here. 1v4. The bomb is down, although I think he might be able to retrieve it without any extra problems. Or is he? Oh, Franzi's is holding an impossible angle to catch. Yeah, there you had to
Franzi was an impenetrable wall at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, even if he had Franzi's, he'd probably be on 10 HP. So that round was just impossible for him to clutch. So, yeah, it seems like DeathOrGlory, it took a while to break them, but finally they're not only bending, they're breaking. There's not really, I don't really see a way back into this game, right? Like Patriotism and Tech 9.
I don't see a way to win this for DeathOrGlory.
Yeah.
Or DeathOrGlory.
Not at all.
Sorry if I've been mispronouncing your names.
I mean, Picture's on a Tech 9, Emperor's on MP5, Greg's MP5 as well. There's only theoretically one dream weapon that you'd like to have in this kind of round, and that's the AK on Daz. So, why do? He's gonna get one. But Daz, that is the weapon you want, and he gets the kills. Yaxtu as well. Picture with a Tech 9. So once again, DeathOrGlory, they just keep fighting on. I mean, it's still a long road, you know, to go down to actually win this one. But they are willing to go down that road. They're willing to at least, you know, start do it. So Revile, after such a crazy performance in this round by DeathOrGlory, they're just gonna have to save the weaponry here. I mean, AP, he also has a lot of utility, but at the same time, like, look at the money situation. Like, their money is crazy. I feel like AP, he could just go for this round, you know, just for the fun of it. I mean, sure, it's competitive and it's very high, you know, high standards here, but at the same time, you have 6.5k. Do has 9k, now 10k. Like, I feel like, you know, could have just went for the clutch, at least for the stream, you know, just get some maybe goosebumps when he gets those first 2 kills in that 1v4. But a tactical pause is going to be called by DeathOrGlory. They understand that, you know, it's definitely going to be very hard for them, but I feel like that one round that they just got, especially on an eco one, they're just like, you know, it's going to be hard, but we can do this, so let's go over our strats and see exactly how we can do this.
Yeah, at this point, it might have been the best option to go for the tactical pause. Because as we can see, there are actual players on here that are doing better than others. At least on the Revile side. Because you got Do up 14, AP 12, and Franz 10. But then you got the other Lunix and Skill both under 10. And then you got everybody pretty much even over on DeathOrGlory.
Yeah, DeathOrGlory really seemed like a team where, like, everyone is performing, like everyone wants it, like, really badly. On Revile side of things, I think we saw, like, AP and then Franzi's doing really good, but Du has really picked up the pace in these last 5 rounds. Like, he has been the kind of star of many of these rounds, getting doubles, triples, but what is that?
Picture
the AWM! Finally, we see a sniper come into play, and look how it comes into play with a double kill. Why can't we see more of this? And Picture, he's just on fire here. He's gonna get a triple, you know, switching the AWM for the scoped M16 and finishing it off. So now Lunax, the only one left alive. This looks like a completely different team than what we saw a few rounds ago. DeathOrGlory taking 2 rounds by a landslide here, both, and I feel like, or thing like 4-0, 4-1, like end results of the round. So that's absolutely crazy. The DeathOrGlory, they're able to keep fighting on no matter the circumstances here. Lunax, the best he can do is just save once again. And now it starts to make sense because the money situation that was looking great on Revile Gaming's side for a little bit is not looking too good anymore. So actually, I believe that if they lose the next round as well, we're looking at 8 to 9. And Revile pretty much have to go eco, right? Like, if they buy the next round and they lose it, they're not able to do it in the one after that. So potentially, if DeathOrGlory win the next round, we're looking at, once again, an equal scoreline. Once again, a 9 to 9.
Sure how that was a wall bang, but okay.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. But yeah, once again, we're on equal playing ground here.
And there's the next code for a very nice skin, I'm guessing. First come, first serve, people. Screenshot and go. Hopefully you have a second device ready.
You gotta be quick on those.
Yeah, this might be an all or nothing round for... Yeah, well, actually both, because if Revile doesn't take this, I see at least one, maybe two people, Franz and AP, that might not be able to buy all their equipment for the next round.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be hard for them. And I mean, DeathOrGlory have been on match point here for... I mean, Revile have been on match point here for the last 2 rounds. So the fact that DeathOrGlory are able to hold on is absolutely insane. But this round doesn't seem like it's going to be a shutout like we saw in the last 2 rounds. I mean, they're trading kills here 1 for 1. The picture is low. And it seems like Revile, they're not sure which bomb side to hit. They're kind of moving towards that B bomb side of things. That could actually be their demise because Revile, they have stacked 3 players towards the B side of things here. But Emperor, oh, this might actually be quite a big play. He could complete the lurk. I don't think they're expecting Emperor to be here. He's in a very, very good position to single-handedly win this round and potentially take us to 9-9 here. Now look at this. They're just clueless about his position, but never mind
Nope,
Franzis.
I guess they weren't clueless.
Yeah, he's just peeking the angle. I mean, I don't think he knew he was there. His just aim was superior. And now Lunax taking down Grex. Oh no. DeathOrGlory, they definitely have the firepower to keep fighting, but it seems like that firepower is running out because that's AP finishing off the game. 10-7, Revile Gaming winning the best of 2, 2-0. DeathOrGlory definitely showing up really big today. Revile Gaming only winning by 4 rounds in the matter of these 2 maps.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's definitely been great to see what DeathOrGlory are able to do, but you know, eventually Revile, they were simply the better prepared team once again.
Well, I kind of expected this outcome because I expect both teams to win, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
it's
in all honesty,
insane.
though, this time we did not see all that many actual nade kills. Not much tactical.
No, it seemed like it was way more just about winning your gunfights rather than, you know, the team play, the smokes, the nade lineups, all of that good stuff that we saw a lot in the first 2 days of play. Seems like today is just about my aim is better than yours, so therefore I am going to win this round and my team is going to win this game. And that's exactly what Revile Gaming did. Granted, it was pretty hard for them. I mean, DeathOrGlory, again, I feel like surprising everyone in the crowd with a very, very star-like performance against the best team or one of the best teams in Standoff 2.
Yep.
But yeah, we can see in these clips like the odds started to shift in Revile Gaming's favor sometime after this pistol round. I'd say they won the pistol. I feel like with that it was pretty much over. Now, even though DeathOrGlory put in a good fighting chance, you know, when you're down 7-4, it's just going to be very hard for you to come back, especially on T side, especially on zone. That's a very CD sided map, and especially triple, especially here against the best team. So yeah, I mean, props to DeathOrGlory for what they did, but yeah, this backstab could have been everything, but it was just simply not. Franzi shutting out one player, and that's the first best of 2. I feel like it was definitely action packed and fun to see, but there's more games to come. You know, every single day of the group stage here we'll have 2 games. So we saw the first one. The second one is gonna be at, I believe, 4:15 Moscow time, so that should be in 45 minutes. Maybe we'll take an extended break. We'll update you guys on kind of how that's going to go. But I hope the second game is as close and as fun as the first one was.
Yes. But even though, yeah, DeathOrGlory lost, I still think they have bragging rights to say, hey, we went toe-to-toe with one of the best teams on the planet in Standoff 2.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like they're also maybe instilling some fear in the other teams that are in the group A. Like, so Absolute, they definitely looked in day one like the team that's gonna be there with Revile, going to the finals. But now I think we have a new contender. Even though DeathOrGlory have lost both two of their opening games, I also feel like they might be able to do something here. So we'll have to see. I believe we'll see DeathOrGlory's next game, not tomorrow, the day after that. Tomorrow we'll see the other side of Group A and Group B, and then on day 5 we should see the final games from first teams that play in Group A and Group B. But that's a lot of future talk. The next game is gonna come up, but that's after the pause. So you guys, you gotta wait a little bit. Go get some refreshments. Just be sure you're ready for the next game. But we're gonna take a little short break here, and then we should be back with the second best of 2 of the day. All right, everyone, welcome back to the second game of the best of two today. This is, of course, the Standoff 2 Infinix Minor. We are in day 3 of the 6 days of the group stage. Reminding everyone just tuning in, on the 24th, we will take a break, and then on the 25th and 26th, we will have best of threes, the finals. But for now, the group stage is best of 2, so whichever team gets the better rounds wins. It's off of round balance. We already saw the first game, and honestly, I was really impressed. We saw kind of the top 3 team in Standoff 2, RevialGG, Revial Gaming, play against the underdogs. Definitely the underdogs here. DeathOrGlory, they didn't look good at all yesterday, but today they looked way better. They still lost, but it was only like 4-round difference in the matter of 2 maps, and DeathOrGlory, at times it looked like they're just going to take it. Like, they looked really dominant on Rust at some point. They were even in the lead like 8-6, unfortunately not able to close it off. And then when we moved on to the second map, they still did good. Obviously, they didn't get the best scoreline. I believe they ended like 7-10, but nevertheless, they definitely put in at least some kind of effort, some kind of work. But yeah, that is the first game. Now we're going to move on to the second best of 2 of today, which is going to be Group B. And in Group B, we will see Luxury Esports versus Lycoris Esports. We saw both of them yesterday, and they both lost. But I mean, they lost against very, very good teams, right? I believe that Lycoris lost against Horizon, and then Luxury lost against StreetEight. So it's, StreetEight and Horizon are definitely the favorites of Group B, I'd say, and then Revile and Saints are kind of the favorites of Group A. So we will see in the first match of kind of these 2 underdogs if, which one is actually able to take it, because even though probably most people expect Horizon and StreetEight to advance, I definitely think there is a case to be made for either Lycoris or Luxury showing up big time. We saw yesterday that Lycoris was playing really, really well against Horizon, and I mean Horizon and Revile and Saints, they're kind of the 3 top teams in Standoff 2, so, we'll really see kind of how that goes.
Well, I'm just hoping for maybe even another like we just saw between the other, the other 2 there.
The other 2 teams, yeah.
The whole concept of not being able to get 3 games ahead until almost the last possible moment.
Yeah,
and then
I mean,
DeathOrGlory can still say right now, we went toe-to-toe with the best team on the planet for Standoff 2.
Yeah, they definitely do have those. They do have those bragging rights. I mean, they also have a good round balance. Like, even though they've lost 2 games and it isn't looking too good for them in the Group A in terms of advancing, if they pull out a crazy star performance out of the bag tomorrow, maybe they do have like some. They have other teams, like they have other games to go right for them to advance, but I mean there is like some kind of a way that they could perhaps advance based off of their good round balance. But yeah, I'm definitely hoping for a close game as well. And what I'm most hoping for is that AWM. So far, we've seen like no sniper play in the tournament. I understand, it's not the meta, but interestingly enough, the first time that sniper got brought out on Zone 9, I believe it was DeathOrGlory. They brought out the AWM when they were losing like 5-8, and the player who did it was instantly able to get a double kill and finished off with a nice triple. So I'm kind of hoping we see a little bit of sniper play, a little bit of AWM play. Now, granted, this will kind of be decided largely due to which map we're playing. If we're seeing close range maps like Rust, like Zone 9, where just everything is close range, that sniper, that AWM doesn't really make that much of a sense. But if we're seeing maps like Sakura, like Breeze, where there are those long alleyways or those long areas where you can fight, that scoped one-shot weapon really can come in handy. So depends on the map ban. Personally, I'm hoping to see some maps that we haven't seen so far. For example, Sandstone. Sandstone has been getting no love. We've seen 10 games being played in this minor so far, and we've seen 0 Sandstone and 5 Zone 9. So hopefully those odds, shift a little bit in towards of Sandstone.
Yeah, well, it just goes to show you they either really dislike a map or they just don't want the other team to have it. And there's no telling unless you're in their ears with them.
Yeah, I feel like, again, like if if everyone bans a map, how about you just get really good on it and then you pick it? Like if the other team doesn't insta-ban it as their first map out of the 5-map ban, they had 5 possible maps that they can ban, just get really good on Sandstone and then pick it, and then you're gonna demolish, because they do not expect that being picked at all, because for the longest time it's just been kind of the insta-ban map that, you know, everyone kind of just says, no, we're just not gonna play this one. So yeah, it would be interesting to see. Maybe that's something we're gonna see in the actual finals on the 25th and 26th of February, because, you know, that could be one of those things that teams do to kind of completely mess with the other team's mental and be like, oh wait, did they pick Sandstone, really? And it's just really hard to do anything out of there. But talking about the maps, here's the map veto. No Sandstone.
Ooh.
No Sandstone.
Looks like there's not going to be Breeze, Rust, or Sandstone, but they did choose Zone 9, expected in this case, and Sakura. I really like Sakura's map design, to be honest. I'm really happy to see it.
Yeah, me too. Like Zone 9 so far is just like a household name in the map pool. Like I don't understand how it's getting picked that often. Like literally it's getting picked every single time. There's not a single team that bans Zone 9. I mean, it kind of makes sense because we've seen close games on Zone 9. Like there hasn't been a team that's really underperforming, like getting less than 5 rounds on Zone 9. But at the same time, like Breeze, like, you know, Sandstone, those maps are not really getting much love here. I believe Breeze has been played once, and Sandstone will so far 0. So Sakura is nice to see. I do agree with that. We saw some, I believe, 2 Sakura games yesterday. Yeah, we saw both best of 2s that were held on Zone 9 and Sakura, just in reverse order. One started with the Zone 9, one the Sakura. So it's fun to see that again. Personally, I like Sakura more than Zone 9, just because, again, as you mentioned, the map design is very, very nice. It just looks pretty. But also, you know, when I play Standoff, I like Sakura more. It's just like easier for me to get kills. I understand kind of what to do in what situation better. Everyone seems to be really good on Zone 9, which would make sense since that map is just being played every single time.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I've never actually played, but I have seen the maps and the weapons and all that. And out of all the maps so far, the map design, and I guess you can call the wallpaper on the walls, I like Sakura. But if we're talking the actual gameplay that we can do, I think either Breeze or Zone 9 would be the most tactically chosen.
Yeah, Breeze is a very tactical map because there's many boosts. Like, for example, when you go to the B side, I believe, there's like a boost that you can boost over both on the T or CD sides, depending on like the situation of the round. So I'd say Breeze is definitely a map where you need a lot of different smoke executes, a lot of different flash lineups, just a lot of different stuff to actually win. Whereas Zone 9, even though it's a technical map, it also depends heavily on just individual raw skill. For example, on that B side of things, like you got to check many different angles. And I mean, we'll see how well Luxury and Lycoris do that, because we are getting in to the 3rd game of today, the second best of 2. Luxury and Lycoris so far not really getting any love in this minor, losing both losing their opener games. So this is kind of a do or die match for both of them. Like if they want to have any chance to compete against the best, to compete against the giants in Group B, that being Horizon, you know, they definitely have to put in the work here. And seems like the game has not started just yet. Players are kind of just warming up. I was like, what is happening? This guy is getting like a 1v2 clutch with a pistol, but there's only 3 people left in the lobby. Like, what is happening here? But yeah, seems like we're getting a rehost, so that should happen anytime soon.
Slight technical difficulties.
Yeah, some technical difficulties, you know, it could happen, some problems with the lobby. Yesterday we saw some problems, I believe it was with the Wi-Fi connection, so many people just left the Zone 9 map. So, you know, it happens, you have to expect it, it is what it is. But, you know, in the meanwhile, you guys will have to endure us. Of course, I'm Twist, and I'm joined here today with DB. A-Master couldn't make it today, but I'm happy to be...
He's at work.
Yeah, he's at work. He's doing some other stuff, but I'm happy to be here with you,
DB. He has adulting to do.
Right. Yeah, but it's been a fun day so far. Like definitely the first map was again something that we did not expect to see. If you didn't see the first game, it was Death or Glory against. I'm losing the name. What's the name? Against Revile. DeathOrGlory against Revile. Revile were kind of the Group A leaders here, and DeathOrGlory the underdogs. And DeathOrGlory, they weren't able to win it exactly, but they only lost in round difference by 4 rounds on 2 maps. So it's definitely a good performance. The problem is they only have 1 game left in their group, and unless some crazy things happen where there's like 3 different teams that go 1 to 2, it's just going to be very, very hard for them to do anything here, really. But once again, they have that good round balance, so in case like other games and other best of 2s go their way, they might be able to qualify. But even if they do qualify, I feel like what we've seen so far, the teams like names like Horizon and then also Revile and Saints to some degree are just better prepared, and there's a reason why, because they've been in the top 4 a long while here.
Yeah, these teams so far have been able to hold their own. And here's another skin code for y'all. Hope you have second devices or even a screenshot of it, or hopefully both. That's probably the only way you can really get it.
Yeah, these skins, you get if you're quick enough. Like, we are sharing some promo codes here, but they're not gonna be like for everyone, just for unlimited uses. You gotta be quick. You gotta screenshot it. You gotta write it down somewhere. You just gotta be quick with it. Otherwise, some other guy is gonna have 3 different devices open, just ready to type it in with like each finger on each device, and he's just gonna get the skin. So if you want to get it, you gotta be faster.
Yep. Or else have maybe an emulator running. I hear people do that all the time too.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on which one you're faster at typing on a keyboard or on a mobile phone, but you can definitely get there. You can figure out a way how to.
Yeah, that hand-eye coordination helps.
Exactly, especially if you're good at standoff too. You already have that hand-eye coordination on lockdown. So here's another one. We are just shooting them out. This is why you need to be ready at all times. Some people probably they haven't even finished typing in the first code, and boom, there's another one. So be quick if you want to get a chance to get that free skin. Definitely go put it in as quickly as you can, and hopefully you do get the skin.
I guess that's where the 4 devices come in handy.
Exactly. If you want a free skin, you gotta spend like 500 euros on a new device, But yeah,
although I'm not sure how many actual accounts. Yeah, one account can be attached to how many the phones and devices though.
I'm not sure about that either, but perhaps you could just have different accounts and then just have the same skin on different accounts, because I feel like if it's the same skin, like there's not really any reason or any need of getting it twice. That just sounds
mean.
Yeah, that just sounds like you're taking other people's skins away. Anyways, we're getting into the second best of 2 here today. The lobby has been hosted. Luxury and Lycoris both 1 game down in their respective groups, so in their group so far. And so the pistol round begins. Paycheck and Payback, both kind of bank robber names that we touched on with A-Master yesterday. They are here in the lobby, and I mean, from what we saw yesterday, they were definitely the better performing individual skill players on the side of Lycoris. And so the bomb has been planted. There is some utility on Clutchep and also Shoxzy, but are they able to do anything with it? Seems like the answer is no.
It looked like Paycheck actually got a double on that one.
Yeah, he's been just very solid overall. Like, it seems like every single game that we watch here, he's just able to, get a nice double oftentimes. And it's not only that he's getting frags, that he's getting the important frags. He's getting the frags in the situations where it's like 3-3, and then he gets a double, turning it 1-3. Like, that's the stuff that we saw from Paycheck yesterday, and Payback wasn't really that far off from doing the same here. So definitely, if you're a Lycoris fan, I mean, you already know these 2 names. They've been proving themselves to be very good at what they do, and that is taking heads here. So Lycoris, they're up 1-0. Seems like Luxury Esports, they're just gonna go I mean, there's one flashbang in the fuse kit. There isn't a bigger definition. That's literally the definition of the word dream. Like, I don't know, man. I don't think in reality they can do it. The Lycoris Esports side of things is hitting the B-bomb side, and there's nobody to be found with luxury. Rather, they are going to push in all together, so perhaps they are able to find some frags here, but I don't think it's going to be more than 2. I mean, Lycoris, they've planted, they've gotten out of the bomb site, and they're just going to play on, you know, the bomb tap here, and probably not even going to be needed, because one good spray by Paycheck or Payback, and, you know, 3 players go down. That's the power of having SMGs against those unarmored pistols here.
Yeah, these... Well, wow.
There you go.
I guess so. Everybody goes down.
That's what I mean.
It's moved a little too quick for me to see who got what, though.
Yeah, we're just bullets galore, you know, flying in from every direction there. Oh, there you go. We can see a replay. Almost as if they heard you. Payback. Yeah, this is what I meant.
Almost looked like Paycheck got all those kills. No, got at least 4, though. I saw that quad.
It was just Paycheck and Payback just, you know, doing what they do best. It's really the duo of dreams here on Lycoris.
It's kind of hard to tell them apart.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they do have very similar names, so you know, there goes that. But seems like they are gonna move towards that B side of things once again. And luxury, they are actually expecting an A hit, so they are slowly moving more players towards that B side of things. But once again, oh no, Lycoris, they're gonna plant practically for free. 5v5 retake, not really what you see often, but clutch up. There you go. When he's needed, he comes in and he gets a frag. Paycheck is low as well, so the Pay brothers have been almost eliminated from this round. There you go. One nade will finish off Paycheck. So now a 3v5 situation where they have to go big, where the rest of Lycoris have to show that, you know, it's not really about only Paycheck and Payback, it's also about the rest of them. Oh my god, sweeps! You can't do that. A 1v3! Almost getting it, but clutch up. He starts out the round and he finishes it off, getting the final kill and getting luxury on the scoreboard.
Yeah, well, let's see if luxury can actually keep up with with this momentum they just started. Can they get it revving up, or are they just going to not get their paycheck?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly helps that they won the first rifle round, because again, winning the pistol, sure, it helps. You know, you normally also get a second round, that's just the way it goes. But rifle rounds in any match are a majority. Even if you combine all the pistol rounds, all the eco rounds, all the whatever else rounds, rifle rounds are a majority. So if you're simply better on the rifle rounds, if you're able to win more rifle rounds than the other team, most likely you're also going to get the game. And I mean, luxury, they're saying, hey, yeah, we are the better at rifles here.
Yeah. Then it all also comes down to, where do I put myself to be in that perfect position for that quad kill or that team wipe?
Bomb has been planted.
Just in case they want to do a little bit of either stupidity or blitzkrieg, whichever one you want to put it as.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, positioning is very, very important. I feel like positioning gets overlooked a lot of the times when people try to improve. Like, they try to get that insane, crisp, like almost robotic aim. But positioning gets you kills when your aim even isn't there. And I mean, this just shows here, like Anki, his aim was good, but his positioning holding that off angle, it just means everything for luxury. So they should be able to get this defuse. The bomb is ticking quite quickly there, but there you go. The counter-terrorists have won the round. So once again, an equal playing field here, and Lycoris struggling to find any answers to what luxury is doing in terms of rifle play. So we're all equal once again, and I mean, luxury need this, right? Because Zone 9 is a CD-sided map, so they shouldn't really let Lycoris get too far ahead. But on the other side of the coin, Lycoris, they looked really promising, especially with that Pay Brothers duo in the first 2 rounds. It seems like they've gone a little quiet here, so the rest of the team can stand up.
Yeah, maybe they sneezed and turned off the switch.
No, that is possible. Ooh, Anki's trying.
He turned around at the wrong time.
Yeah, just everything going wrong for him there. I mean, he tries to get away, he's reloading, his movement is not there. it happens. It definitely does happen. So looking at a 4-4 there, kind of equals the playing ground here. And seems like Luxury, they're kind of thinking it's going towards A. I mean, that's where their teammate went down. But truth be told, Payback, he has almost entered the B side of things, and Luxury are playing it very passively. They don't want to play on site. They're possibly worried about the flashes. And, if you play solo side, that's just going to be really hard. Normally, you need at least one player support if you're just going to hold angles on site here. So, meanwhile, Payback is just going to open the B site. And once again, we're looking at a retake here. So many different retake situations being put into play today. I mean, the bomb is not planted yet, but with the way how things are going, Payback should be able to... Oh, no! They just don't expect it at all. Payback, he gets one frag, throws a nade, probably knows location of another one. That's a huge mistake through on the part of Luxury. The awareness is just not there. So the bomb goes down in 3-4 situation and folds.
Yeah, this is one of those all or nothing. Oh, never mind. Looks like we got a lot of commotion. Comment. Sorry, I had to look up the name.
Yeah, Lycoris are on 3 here, Luxury on 2. Lycoris, they're not letting Luxury win those rifle rounds one after the another, right? Like, they want to keep it going. They want to make sure that they actually win this game. So, they've bought up. They have almost full utility. On the side of Luxury Esports, it's not really looking the best. I mean, Shogsy is on an MP7, some M16s and M4s in play as well. However, Lycoris, they have everything they could ask for. Full util, Kevlar, M4s, AKs, like literally everything. But Luxury, they don't want to make the same mistake they made on B-side last round, so they've stacked it heavily. But guess what? Lycoris, they know they're playing the mind games too, so they're just going to go mid to A. And if Commons is able to clear this angle, no, granted, he is low, but his teammate does the heavy lifting. Flaffy takes down Anki, and with Clutch up being down, this is a 2v5 situation where, yeah, 2 players are low, but the bomb is down. It's pretty much a save call at this point. Like, if you look at the money situation, $900 on both of them, yeah, it's just not going to work out in their favor, whatever they do here.
Yeah, probably run back into one of their spawn points and hold the fort. Be the best option. At least I would assume would be the best option. Just get as far away from the plant as possible.
Yeah, just make sure that you save those weapons. Not even, like, that's true, like, get away from the plan, but, like, also get away from the players, because, they have the money. So they're probably just going around pushing you, just scouting out for kills, because they know that if they lose their rifle, it's going to be way less meaningful to them than it is to you. To you, saving that rifle means so much more than to them. So... obviously, you're gonna do your best to kind of ruin the economy as much as you can, if you're on the side of Lycoris Esports. And I mean, they start to accelerate. They start to push down the gas pedal, and it seems like Luxury don't really have a structured response for this. I mean, Shogsy was forcing last round, and now pretty much everyone is forcing here. There's one hero M16 on Flagsies, and then, we have an MP7, but the rest is really just USPs and pistols, and it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take, a lot of luck for Luxury to actually win this round, especially with them. They just keep making the same mistake. Look at the 4 nades. Wow. Oh, Lord, that was insanely well coordinated. 4 nades flying. Got 2 kills,
though.
Yeah, Payback. Going down. That was very, very, very nice play.
That was beautiful.
That. Right, just four nades flowing your direction. If you see that and you're on the receiving end of that, you know you're dead, like, before it even happens. You're like, oh, well, yep, they beat us once again. So Luxury, just struggling to find their stride here. That is definitely
rage quit material.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're only on USPs and you're at least hoping, you're praying that, I don't know, God or whatever you believe in is going to give you some kind of a chance. And then just that happens, just 4 nades flying in. That's just going to be hard, man. That's just going to be hard to deal with emotionally. Definitely some tilt material there. So Lycoris, they are definitely putting in the 5th gear. In the last round, they were in like 4th.
Yeah, right. Oh.
There's just nothing you can do about that.
Dang. That has got to be the absolute... oh, poo moment I can think of right there in these games. that wall of grenades coming at you.
Yep, it's like there's nothing you can do, right? Like at least if it's a rifle killing you, you're like, okay, you know, my aim could have been better. In that situation, if you go down from 4 nades, there's nothing that could have been better that, you know, would have made the situation in your favor, favorable for you.
No amount of armor, no amount of other players.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, well, I guess we're just gonna, you know, move on to next round. Try not to feel too much about it. I'm not quite sure what Luxury is doing. It seems like Lycoris, they're just running the same strat every single round, and that is entering the B site. Oh, but this is interesting. A site is completely open for business now. Lycoris, that was a great fake by Paycheck. He almost got the frag as well. But even if he doesn't, look, the A side is completely open now. So Anki, he's going to be the sole defender on the A bomb side of things. He has to watch many angles. He does spot some players, so the boost might be coming in from his teammate. But ultimately, once again, Lycoris, they're just so good at this. They're able to get down the bomb, and Randy, while he tries to do something, Anki does come for help. So, oh, this switches completely in the favor of Luxury. I mean, Lycoris, they do get the plan, but this is a 1v5 for Flaffy. It's going to be very hard for him to do anything. His position is probably known. He throws in a nade. He's going to... Oh, that nade is big.
Oh, he does get one. He gets Randy.
Yeah, it might get the diffuser off the bomb. I'm not quite sure. He gets the diffuser. No, yeah. Wait. Is that a gunball? Yeah, he gets like the diffuser. Oh my god, that's a 1v5. Flaffy, what are you doing? You can't do that. It's a minor Flaffy.
Oh, wow.
He gets a 1v5.
You gotta be... Oh, my lord.
On 1 HP.
Flaffy just pulled it off, everybody.
That is the craziest play that I've seen so far in the minor. A 1v5
yeah.
coming in, starting off with the nade kill, nevertheless, Flaffy. What a play that is. Look at this, he sprays them through smoke twice. And then, Anki gets off a bomb and he
comes in with a pistol.
And he gets a pistol headshot through the smoke there. That is absolute insanity unfolding here. Oh my, that should tilt Lycoris so much right now. Losing a 1v5.
That's got to be a kick right to the Punjabs.
Yeah, that is just not what you want to see at all. What a play. I'm honestly like I'm starstruck. I'm speechless. That was crazy.
Yeah, so am I.
That beats every single play that we've seen in the minor by a landslide so far. By a landslide, and funnily enough, Flaffy goes down as the second player here, so I guess, you know, that was kind of a one-off round, but wow, that's just absolutely insane to see that you can do that.
That's speechless material right there.
Well,
almost as much as the grenade wall.
Yeah, actually, two very interesting plays we've seen so far in the 8 rounds unfolding on zone. But I mean, you can have rounds like that, but you know, the game always goes on. So on both sides of the equation, Luxury, they gotta still find their way back into this game, especially on losing on the CD side of things. And I mean, Lycoris, they just gotta secure, they just gotta finish off where they started and not let that 1v5 kill them off too much. It seems like, well, they're able to do it in this round. They do plant the bomb. Randy is low. A 3v3 situation, but sweeps makes it a 2v3, practically a 1v3, because Randy is literally wind being blown on him away from, you know, going down. But meanwhile,
so
is actually take one.
Snap, though. He stubbed his toe.
Yep, stub your toe and you are gone. But Randy is not actually gone. He is the only one left alive in this equation, but
never mind.
Not for long. Yep, Paycheck just finishes him off. So that is the half finished. Lycoris and Luxury, close, very close, but I'd say Lycoris definitely have the upper hand here. Now we've seen, I mean, the craziest round and the craziest play so far in the tournament coming in from Flaffy on the side of Luxury Esports, but you know, it's individual skill that wins you rounds. I'll repeat this quote. It's the individual skill that wins you rounds, but it's team play that wins you the game. And it seems like the team play, it is simply on the side of Lycoris here.
Yeah, although we say it's a team sport, but according to a certain somebody, it's not. Mr. Team Wipe.
Yeah, that's I'm still starstruck. But I mean, we're moving on to the pistol. This is a very, very, very important round. This is, you know, pretty much 2 rounds. I always say this, but this is pretty much 2 rounds. Like, if you win the pistol, you almost always win the consecutive one. So, this is for everything. This is for all the marbles here. And, well, seems like both teams know it. So, 30 seconds run down the clock already. And Luxury, they haven't even made a decision. They have pushed one player towards that B bomb side of things, one player towards that A bomb side of things. And seems like the bomb is going to go towards A, but Lycoris are doing the same. They're not really seeing any action. They're probably not hearing any footsteps on B. So
Yeah,
you know,
there's probably either
really
going
only
the
one more bomb set.
low and slow route or about to bum rush at a certain time. I've also seen that in a lot of different games. The whole concept of wait until the timer says a certain amount and then just run.
Yep, just run for your life. Try to get those run and gun frags. And I mean, if you do get one, that's great. If you get two, you're probably getting the round because there's nobody else left on the bomb side. So Luxury are able to plant a 2v3 situation unfolds where they have to secure the bomb plant. And so Sweeps, he is very low. But he is going to defuse. He's just going to tap it. But Anki's position is not known. Oh, Anki might go big here. He does get one, and the last player is very, very low. Common, he pushes in, but Anki, once again, a clutch coming in. This time from Luxury Esports, once again. Luxury, they're just surviving off of these clutches here. 2 rounds, a 1v5 and a 1v2. Kind of secure them staying in this game. And I mean, even though the 1v5 was impressive, they lost the next round. Here, the 1v2 actually secures them, buying up big time here, and Liquor is having to stay with like USPs. Interestingly enough, everyone buys the defuse kit. It's a very interesting decision, I'd say, almost a money waste, but we'll see, you know. If they get a defuse, if they get a ninja fuse, I'll have to eat my words. One nade on Paycheck as well. We know how deadly those can be. We saw that crazy quadruple nade resulting in double kill in the first half of this game here.
Yeah, that was crazy. Not as crazy as a certain team wipe, but it was crazy.
Yeah, I feel like that 1v5 will just live on for probably the whole group stage. Yeah,
Actually, I don't think just a group stage. I think that's going to be a tournament-wide thing.
Yeah, I feel like you could be right on that. Like it's really hard to top a 1v5. It's literally the craziest thing you can do. Maybe just like clips wise, but still 1v5 is 1v5. And I mean, the clips were pretty insane there as well. Anyways, we have Paycheck. He has a measly USP. And then on the side of Luxury, we have Shogzy and Anki. Both, I think actually both of them are on those FN FALs. So, I mean, it should be a very easy task. Although Paycheck, he has found some goodies on the floor here. Picking up an MP5 and a smoke grenade. So, again, that ninja defuse is possible. He has bought the defuse kit. In fact, all of his teammates did. But yeah, if he can just
one thing they did buy,
move in, you know, smoke the bomb, which seems like he has smoked the bomb. He might just tap it and, you know, pray for his life that he doesn't get spammed and sprayed through the smoke. But it seems like the smoke isn't really landing in the best direction. Oh, but he might be able to do it. Nobody's peeking him. Finally, nope. Anki, that was
he
close.
Didn't get it though. He very close though. He could have gotten that.
That was a little bit too close for my liking, especially if I'm on the side of Lycoris. But here we can see Anki getting a nice G22 kill and another one. Very impactful round from Anki here. That's actually the pistol round. My bad. Oh, he got a quad there. Wait, did Anki get an ace? Was that a 1v2 ace clutch? Ooh, what a round from Anki. I didn't actually notice that.
I didn't realize that's what was happening.
Yeah,
I guess
me neither.
Still in shock.
No, it's like both, like on the side of Luxury, they're simply like staying in the game due to individual performance. First, that insane Flagsy's 1v5 clutch, and now Anki. You know what's really interesting? Flagsy only has 5 kills, and all 5 of those...
just got a double.
Yeah, and all 5 of those just... you got him in a single round, but a double does come in, as you said. Ooh. And Randy gets another nade frag, and Lycoris. So it seems like Luxury, they've found their stride in this game. They seem like they found what they have to do to win on the T side, and that is very impressive considering that Zone 9, most of the time it's a CD-sided map, right?
Yeah, a lot of times either the CT or the T side. It depends on the actual players themselves. Because as we've seen, solo and team play, depending on the situation, you can do a 1v5 very easily, apparently.
Well, I wouldn't really say easily, as it's the first 1v5 we see, but yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's possible if you put in the hours, if you put in the work, you can possibly find yourself on the winning side of a impossible in quotes 1v5, you know, one time or perhaps twice. But Luxury and Lycoris, they're all equal here once again. Seems like they both know how important this game is because they both lost the first match they had, right? So this is pretty much, if you lose this, you're pretty much not going to the finals unless some crazy things happen, like things even out of your control, you know, results in other games. But if you do win this, I mean, you still have to put in some work, but at least you're one step closer to perhaps qualifying to that final.
Now these games are looking like they might just be being played by the all or nothing mindset.
Yeah, I mean that is really the mindset you have to approach every game. Like you have to have some kind of a desire to win it, and I mean, if you play with all or nothing attitude, I feel like that's kind of one of the best ways how to approach it. And it seems like Luxury are definitely playing it like that. I mean, they have literally clutched a 1v5. There's not really, it doesn't really get more all or nothing than clutching 1v5. And then, even though Lycoris, they looked really solid on the T side of things, on the C side, they just haven't been able to find their stride, haven't been able to find their pace. And I mean, that's one of the reasons why they're calling this tactical pause here. They gotta cool down, you know, they're probably getting a bit tilted, especially after that 1v5. And they just have to kind of cool down and, you know, readjust their mental faculties, see what they can kind of do with the time left in this game. Meanwhile, let's take a look at some of these frags. Paycheck here, getting a nice frag, almost finding a double, but Randy, this is a really crucial frag, connects the headshot, and then finishes it off with a nice double on Flaffy. So, interestingly enough, Flaffy, even Flagsies, my bad, even though he was able to go really big in that 1v5, we haven't really seen that much from him since that.
Yeah, he's usually the person who's found first, apparently. But who knows, after that tactical pause, it might change. I think we've seen it before.
Yeah, things change, you know, as they go on, especially at the highest level competitive. Like, one thing can completely change the outcome of the round, and oftentimes you can call it luck, you can call it whatever you want, but just things start to go one direction and they just don't seem to stop. It's funny sometimes. But yeah, the bomb does go down, and now a 3v5 situation, which Lycoris are again on the receiving end of, should we save or should we keep going for this? But then we'll literally have 1.5k split on 3 players, and seems like, yeah, it's a tough decision to make, but they understand that, you know, saving is just gonna be a better option here, not really anything else they can do. So, you know, just gonna shoot some graffitis, make sure that their position is not really revealed that much, and they're able to actually save the weapons. So at least they're going to be able to bring 3 M4s over to the next round. Seems like Payback and Flaffy don't really have the best money, but perhaps Comment or Sweeps will be able to help out a little bit with that. But, you know, saving weapons is one thing. Having the weaponry to actually complete the round and complete the task is one thing, but a completely different thing is actually executing on it and actually winning it out. And I mean, it doesn't look too good for Lycoris. They really haven't found their stride on the CD side of things. No. Meanwhile, Luxury, they're just picking up round after round after round here.
Looks like Flaffy might be out of money here real quick. Might be having to rely on his teammates here pretty soon. And after that 1v5, you wouldn't expect it.
Right? It's weird, like I'm telling you, it's weird how these games go sometimes. Like, it's everything goes for you, and then suddenly just everything goes against you, and suddenly you find yourself on receiving end of a 6-8 here. So clutch up is going to be very aggressive, but there you go. This is what Lycoris needed. Paycheck and pay back they are here to complete the payback. Although, oh my god, Anki, Randy, and Shoxy just getting kills galore here. 3 in a row, and even though Common is able to get 1, the outcome of the round switches completely. Now, that nade does come in and take away some damage, but it's only a chip. And so Payback, he has to do something here. He is getting watched, tries to scope in, but actually Shoxy gets a double kill in this round. And now the only one left alive is Common. He's able to get 1. Payback almost dies there, but not exactly. So Randy and Shoxy both on very low HP. But what could they really do? And look at this play. This is a very, very smart play. They're both low, and they know that Comet is very close, so it's just smarter for them to go to that B bomb side of things and plant securely, rather than risk one player that's very low already planting the bomb, while the other has to watch, you know, Comet peeking, and it's just not a good situation to find yourself in. So actually very, very smart by Luxury Esports to just go to the B bomb site, you know, completely change kind of the angles and the outcome of the round by planting it on B. And I mean, even though they're low, they theoretically only have to play on time here. So Comet is going to move in. Oh, that's a big smoke. He's faking the defuse, but Shoxy and Randy playing it to perfection, sandwiching the last player alive there. So even though Comet had the superior HP there, I believe he had 5 times the HP that both players left alive on the side of Luxury combined. They just played very, very smart, where pretty much if Comet wanted to win that round, he would have had to like flick at 2 players at the same time, which is quite impossible unless you have some assistance involved. So yeah, very good performance by Luxury there.
I've seen it before.
Right. Yeah,
not in this game, but I've seen it in mobile games before.
Yeah, I mean, there's always, you know, those people who kind of pop off, but not really that fairly.
No, I shouldn't say it in this type of game, but that's what I call it in all of them, so.
Yeah, I mean, Randy, he is going to move in together with Clutch Up, and Luxury, they just seem like they want to finish it off. They don't want these comebacks that have been prevalent in other best of twos to happen, so it's going to be a 3v3 situation. Now, this is a very doable retake, I'd say. Oh, but that wallbang is so big. Clutch Up just goes down from that wallbang. And Randy, I mean, there is something that he can do. He tries to use his utility to the best of his abilities, but only Flagsy's left alive, so he has to clutch once again. Oh, that's a nice double Flagsy's right when you need him with a triple. What is that clutch?
That is...
That is one way to end the game in absolute style. I mean, that was a 1v3 on his hands. He gets a double, and then he reloads, and his reload is finished at the perfect time. He's able to do a 180, connect the frag, and take down the last one. What an absolutely insane way to finish off the third game of today. I mean, Flagsy's, that we've seen so many. I feel like this was the best game so far, even though maybe the score wasn't as close in terms of just individual performance. A 1v5, a 1v2, a 1v3, just so many different things happening. It was really, really fun to see.
Yeah, this is the 1v5 left us speechless throughout, but I still think that grenade wall was superb.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That grenade wall, yeah, it was definitely like a very stylish play. Like, you see, like, you know, clutches often, they just happen, but you don't really see 4 grenades being lobbed towards the direction of the CD holders that often. So yeah, that was a very interesting play to see. And I mean, yeah, I'd say that, you know, it's a deserved victory. Luxury just seemed better. Like, Lycoris, they had their moments, they had their clutches, but Luxury were simply there when Lycoris were not.
But to be able to see it from both angles, though, is really nice.
Yeah, you just know if you're on the receiving end of that.
You know, the terrifying side and the nice side.
Here's the 1v5. This is the craziest play that I've seen so far. Flaffy coming in and getting a crazy 1v5. It's finishing off with a G22 headshot through the smoke. Almost a one-tap there. Absolutely insane scenes in the third day of the minor here. And yeah, Lycoris, they really try their best, but Anki was really good at actually securing these rounds and making sure that, you know, the comeback is secured. So again, huge props to Luxury for doing what they did. It seemed like Lycoris, they were just not able to do anything on the CD side of things here. They were just like, you know, they were lost for strategies, they were lost for game, and so yeah, they finished it off, completing quite a big comeback here.
Yeah, those big big number plays, I'll just call them. Almost seemed like to demoralize more than it did anything. So, a little bit of shock and awe, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on the receiving end of a 1v5 and, you know, so far you're winning, you're doing good, and then just that happens, you're like, well, what can I really do here? And probably for the next round, for the next 2 rounds, you're kind of distraught. And that translates into rounds and ultimately, you know, the game. So, yeah, it was a very, very interesting game to watch. I'm surprised we saw such a competitive and like such high caliber individual performance game out of 2 teams that maybe, you know, they're still at the minor, right? So they're still at kind of top 8 of the teams right now in the world. But at the same time, like, you know, you kind of expect to see those 1v5s happen when like Saints are playing, when names like Horizon Gaming or when names like RevialGG are playing. But it seems like everyone is here in the minor to deliver. Like so far, we really haven't seen a game where one team is just completely demolished and, you know, can't even get to 5 rounds. But we'll see if we'll see if that holds, because we are moving on to Sakura, and Sakura, a very beautiful map. We'll see how beautiful that looks in terms of scoreline for both these teams.
Yeah, I've always been a big fan of this style of, well, everything really.
Yeah, that's kind of that Japanese, that nice vibe that you see. I also like it. I like the neon design in some parts of this map, but overall it just looks really, really pleasing to the eye. And what would look really pleasing to the eye on the side of Luxury is actually not letting Lycoris plant the bomb here, because they want to win this best of 2, right? And even though their round balance in the first game was decent, pistol rounds mean a lot. Pistol rounds are almost like 2 rounds, so we're definitely going to look to not let Lycoris complete this bomb plant.
Yeah, they are not exactly able to hold down the fort, but they are decent, though.
Yeah, I mean, Shogsy is left alive here and he does go down, so Lycoris, they don't want to let Luxury win. I mean, it makes sense. Again, like, both of these teams lost the first best of 2. So right now in their respective group of Group B, they both lost the game, and they both know that if they lose another one, it's most likely over and they really get no chance to get to the finals. So this in some ways is like the final game, is like a mini final game for both these teams. So they're definitely looking to do their best here, even if they lose the first map. You know, Lycoris, they don't want to slide it that quickly.
Yeah, this is one of those, you either play it as an all or nothing match, or you will probably lose.
Yeah, you just gotta go all out here. Seems like Flagsies, he's trying to find some players there. Flaffy does connect the headshot with the MP5, and Sweeps, he is ready to do the same. Comment on a nice headshot on clutch up there. And yeah, seems like Lycoris, they're picking up the pace here. Even though Randy is able to get the frag, they should be able to get the bomb planted. I mean, they're moving very, very quickly towards the B bomb side of things, but the fact is, a rotation is coming in. Randy knows that, so Lycoris is able to get to the bomb side first, but Randy is very close. He's gonna hear the plan. He's probably gonna hear the location of at least one player post plan. So with him moving in from the kind of this side of the map, the long side of the map.
When he goes through this door, yeah, these doorways, which way should he face? It's a 50-50 shot, he's going to be shot.
Ooh, payback. That is not good timing, but that is a good kill. And he actually hears the last player, so never mind. Actually decent timing there, but Comment able to take down Anki. That was just back and forth there. But Lycoris win out this round. I mean, it should not have gotten as close as it did in the first place, right?
No.
Like, Lycoris won the pistols, so they had all the weaponry, all the utilities, everything they could ask for. On the other side of things, we had Luxury with, like, not really the buy of dreams. So Luxury, again, this is just close. Day 3 of this minor is just very, very close. We saw that in the first best of 2. And we're also seeing it here. Just nobody wants to let it slip. Nobody wants to make that mistake. Nobody wants to let the other team advance forward more than, a few rounds. So yeah, even though Luxury didn't win the round, I'm sure that they can find an opener in these rifle rounds to come.
Yeah, and even if they do get, let's say, 6 rounds ahead, that should not mean they should be completely demoralized enough to say, yeah, we're going to act like 12-year-olds and take our ball home.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. I mean, you got to play until you win. You can't just like check out early, and expect good results. Shogsy though,
Just
he is
like
expecting
Shoxy
good
there.
results.
That was
Yeah, he gets a
nice
double and Danky with a triple there. So Luxury, yeah, they're back in game, baby. They lose that pistol, they lose that second round, sure. But as soon as it goes to those rifles, they just know what they're holding. They know they're watching. The team play is there. Individual skill in terms of Shoxy is there as well. And so they take the round, making it one step closer to actually making an equal playing ground in the early stages of this game here.
Yeah, this, like we keep saying, if you don't, when you both lost in your first round, matches, you have to play these next couple or one, depending on the actual time in the tournament. You have to do it all or nothing, or you will lose. You have to treat every match like it's the finals.
Yeah, most definitely you do. You have to have that mental fortitude to actually keep pushing and execute on actually winning out the game. And so Luxury, we're looking at a 2v4 situation. Make that 1v4
1v4.
sweeps, just completely getting caught off guard there. So now Common, the only one left alive, his position is known, his weaponry is known, everything about him is known. So yeah, he can jump all he want. He can try to go for maybe some clips, jumping Desert Eagle headshot definitely would have been nice, but well, that didn't happen. And so Luxury, as soon as the rifle rounds start, they're winning ways. They're back to their winning ways here. So once again, all equal. Lycoris is getting the pistol, but not really anything more than that. And I mean, if we look at the money situation, it is looking really, really bad. Like, this is the rifle round that they have to win right now, right here, because if they don't, we're probably looking at Luxury at 4, because next round is eco for them then.
Yeah, it might be a good idea to go for a eco round for Lycoris here pretty quick, but it also depends on how this round goes.
Yeah, Fluffy's watching a very, very close angle here. Ooh, but he tries to jiggle it. Maybe just readjusting some things. But Payback almost getting caught off guard, so now he has to be able to be a little bit more careful, and I mean...
He was almost taken out. If he was just a little closer to that.
He's on 8 HP here. He dodges that, but barely. And so Lycoris, once again, not the greatest start. I mean, they're not a player down, but they're 8 HP away from that being the truth here.
Yeah, again, these are all very dependent on frame of mind right now. All or nothing, or at least that mindset of I got to bring my S level game, or I will not be able to win.
I feel like from what we've seen so far, it's not like anyone is like bringing F level game, right? Like, individual performance, I'd say, has been up to par in this matchup, but also in the first one. But I feel like where the problems begin is with the team play. Like, in the first match, we saw Revile against DeathOrGlory, and Revile was really, really good at those refrags. Now here, when we look at Lycoris and when we look at Luxury, they're not really, they're not bad at it, but it feels like there are often situations where, especially on the T side of things, one player pushes in, but then he dies and his teammate doesn't push in together to refrag. He just kind of stands there and, I wouldn't say bait, but yeah, the coordination is just not there. So, that's definitely a thing that kind of wins or loses these rounds for both of these teams here. So if one of them could like improve their refragging abilities, I feel like that would ultimately win them the match, or at least get them very close to it. So Luxury are looking to extend their lead here. Now, again, this is off of round balance, right? Because it's the best of two. So
Yeah.
Luxury, they don't even have to win this game. They just have to get 4 or 5 more rounds, and they're good. They're golden. They can lose this game. It's fine. We've still won. We've still won the best of two off of round balance. So Lycoris, they got to start picking up the pace really quickly here, especially with them being on quite a big force here. I mean, 3 Desert Eagles, a G22, and then an AK-47 is not what you want to see if you're on the side of Lycoris. So if we call this round off, I mean, we shouldn't, you know, Caster's Curse and all of that good stuff, but if we call this round off and we say Luxury is at 4, then Lycoris theoretically only have 2 or 3 more chances back in this game and back in this best of 3, best of 2, should I say. So yeah, they just gotta figure something out quickly. That AK, the only AK that was in the game on Fluffy goes down as well. So now a 3v5 situation with 3 Desert Eagles. I mean, the best that Lycoris could do here is probably just look for any kind of guns that they could retrieve, any kind of frags that they could get. Like, they'd probably have to discard even thinking about planting the bomb just because of how bad, bad of a situation they're in. Now, what is that by Shogsy? Getting a headshot, wallbang kill, long range there. Paycheck does get one, but he's the only one left alive. His position is known and exposed, and he's just going to get overwhelmed, getting sandwiched from both sides. Now, he is able to get a headshot on Shogsy there, so that is big. He might try to retrieve the weapon as well, but I feel like Luxury might have different plans for this.
I was going to say, they look like they're converging fast.
Yeah,
but yeah, they don't actually look like they're converging on Paycheck. They look like they're converging on B.
Yeah, I mean, Paycheck is very low here. He's on 14 HP, and Randy, he just finishes it off. I mean, he did put in a solid effort, right? Like, getting the frag with the Desert Eagle against Rifle is no easy feat. Getting 2 is even harder, but at the end of the day, like, man, Luxury, they're just looking too good right now. They're just looking like they're ready to take this game very quickly. Lycoris really struggling to find any answers to Luxury's advances here.
Yeah, it's all come down to the whole concept of, do we try our absolute best now or wait for the switch? Because there are a lot of teams out there that are better at counter than they are the terrorists.
Yeah, I'd say it's in general just easier to play on the counter-terrorist side of things, just because you can, like, you don't have to push, right? Like, you can, if you want to be, some would call it a rat, if you want to just, you know, pick a ratty angle, camp in it, hold an angle, and when someone peeks, click the shoot button, you can do that, and that can actually win you rounds. As, you know, hated of a game style that is, that still wins you rounds, and ultimately that's what matters, you know, especially in the highest levels of competition. If you're on the T side, though, you need to have some other skills and abilities under your belt as well. You need to be good at entry fragging. You need to be good at isolating angles and, you know, keeping your crosshair headshot level when you're peeking different angles. So it's definitely harder on the T side. And Shogsy, he spots Paycheck there, so it's gonna be hard. Oh, and Shogsy, what is that?
Good lord, that was epic.
Shogsy, that is a crazy clean, just a crisp 4K there. The first was good, right? He gets the trigger patience, he just waits it out, and then he strikes. And when he strikes, look in what fashion he does that. Here, Sweeps gets a frag on command, and another one. But then Shogsy gets 1 and 2, the bomb plant, and 3 and 4, almost instantly. Just absolutely incredible scenes here by Shogsy. Incredible plays in general in this best of 2. I'd say the best looking, like the best individual plays, definitely in this best of 2 against Luxury and Lycoris.
Yeah, this is by far the best rounds we've seen in this tournament so far.
Oh yeah, the individual skill is there. And I mean, Lycoris, this time they're on the receiving end of a crazy play like that, and it's just going to be hard to deal with mentally. Add on top them already losing the first game, add on top not doing well in the second one. It's just so many different factors that are affecting their mental faculties right now. And yeah, Lycoris, I mean, I want to see at least something. I want to see some kind of comeback, you know, make it interesting, do some, at least make a cool round out of it. But Luxury, they're just looking so dominant right now. Now, granted, Anki does get caught off guard. Fluffy at the right place at the right time. Some nade lineups are coming in, so Flaxy's won't be that easy for him to keep holding this angle. He is getting smoked off. So Lycoris, they're looking perhaps at a round win at last here, but don't need a round win. They need 8 to actually secure this game. And Shogsy, he is just ready. He hears, he expects, he knows, and he aims. And so he takes down Lycoris player, and there's 2 more left. Sweeps low as well. Shogsy just trying to get out of there, trying to go to the B-bomb side of things. Luxury playing it very smartly, kind of trying to group up, not allowing Lycoris to isolate 1v1 gun duels. And seems like Lycoris, they're not even sure about the best course of action here. Payback is cleaning out the A side of things. The bomb is rotating over. And actually, it might work out in their favor because Luxury is on the B-bomb side of things. So we're looking at a retake on their side here.
Yeah, this is a little surprising because I thought for sure, even if it is a 2-on-2, they would at least try to split up, or at least be a little closer to A. But the moment that bomb is placed, everybody converges, it seems. Until it becomes a 1-on-2, and then it might be some time to retreat.
Yeah, but I mean, Luxury, they're just gonna go for it. Like, the confidence is there, and when the confidence is there, oftentimes that simply wins you the rounds. But Sweeps, he has a very nice position now. The smoke does come in. Oh, and this is bad for him. He's getting smoked off. Yeah, he can only save. You know, they had the defuse kits on the side of Luxury. There's not much he can do here.
Ooh, he was lucky on that. Well, actually, I don't see... They all had pistols when I looked over at the screen. He might have actually died at the end there.
Yeah, that was very close. I mean, it's a sad day when you call it a good round where you can actually save the weapon and not go down like that. It's just not looking good for Lycoris here. Like, in the first game, they looked really promising. Like, it was actually Luxury fighting for that comeback. And obviously, I don't want to put in the caster's curse and, you know, all that, but it just looks so good for Luxury, especially when you take into account that this is off of round balance because it's a best of 2. Luxury only need 1 more round to actually win it. They need 1. If they get 1 more round, Lycoris can win the game. They don't care. They still win off of round balance in the best of 2. And look at this, Randy. He might even go for the knife kill. Now, Fluffy, he's going to move around. But look at this. Lycoris, they're just not relaying the info. Finally, their payback turns around. But that could have been a little too late there. Paycheck, it is the only one left alive. He is the only one left alive. 5 kills to his name so far. And he would have to have, he would have to almost double that and add 4 more to his tally to actually, do anything here.
But if anybody can do it, it's Paycheck.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Paycheck and Payback have been kind of the duo of dreams when they do show up, but not really. It hasn't been the Payday so far in this map, at least, because no Paycheck, no Payback so far. A little bit here and there, but nothing groundbreaking, nothing that actually tilts the game in their favor, and that is just unlucky. Thinking that nobody is there, trying to move fast, but you're not going to run away from a rifle when it's point blank in your face.
Especially if you pre-fire.
Right, so yeah, Luxury, they're just gonna take the half, and I mean, probably the game. They're looking very, very, very dominant right now.
But even if you are sure the numbers add up, it might not be a bad idea to go all out. It's better to win by 5 than win by 1.
Yeah, exactly, especially because this is off of round balance, and Luxury lost their first game. Again, they need that round balance. Like, Lycoris, I'll be honest, I'm sorry if you're a Lycoris fan, I don't believe that they can advance to finals just because there's such a small chance. They won 2 in a row, bad round balance as well. Like, definitely there is a chance, but not a big one. But for Luxury, things are looking, it's on an upward spiral. They've won their second game. The round balance is looking actually extremely good as of right now. I think one of the best round balances it could be. Depends on their first game. I don't exactly remember how badly they lost, but it's just looking very good for Luxury. And I mean, we're definitely looking to extend that. Look at that. That's very smart. Throwing a smoke and then planting in the smoke. So even if players are close by, they have to kind of spam through the smoke, and it's not as easy to stop the plant there. So Luxury are going to be able to plant, and now Lycoris looking to make the retake here, but he's just getting sandwiched from so many different directions here. It's just going to be hard for him to escape. So a 4v4 unfolds, but a decent chunk of time has been ticked off of the time already, and Clutchup in a position that hasn't been checked yet. Flaxies gets a frag, Clutchup gets some damage in, almost gets a frag, doesn't get the frag, but yeah, the time is very, very low, the time is of essence, and Lycoris, they're just not able to do much here.
Yeah, I don't see him defusing.
Yeah, just comment, you know, trying to do his best, but I guess saving a USP is really the best in that situation. So Luxury, 2 rounds technically, but I'd say 1 round away from just completing it. Lycoris, they're doing what they should do. They're spending all their money on this round. Like there's not really any reason to go eco. You know, the best chance the best course faction here is simply just buying up and trying to win this round and hoping a miracle happens. But the thing is, Luxury have already won the best of 3 just off of round balance. So the best that Lycoris can do here is just try to string together a few rounds to maybe increase their round balance chances. But again, they're 2 maps down.
A little bit of a buffer there.
Yeah, it's just like it's just GG for Lycoris at this point. Like they were solid, but yeah, Luxury just better, just simply better wherever you look.
But not sure why things might have changed.
Yeah, this is a very
maybe Lycoris might have just given up.
It could be. I mean, it's a very interesting round to concede if they do. If Anki clutches this 1v4 though, it's just like the worst thing ever. But Payback,
he was ambushed.
Yeah, very good. Very good positioning there by Payback. So finally, a small payday for Lycoris, but I mean, they're on 3 rounds again. They've lost the best of 2 off of round balance, so the only thing that they can really do here is just, you know, go for kind of some glory, for some glory rounds, glory kills, and we'll see how that, you know, how far they can get with that.
They may not be able to go for the win, but they can go for the you don't win.
Right. Like that's a good way of putting it. I agree with that sentiment. Paycheck, he is definitely looking to make sure Luxury know that, you know, even though you've won the game.
Triple for Flaffy.
Yeah, where was this earlier? Like,
I was just wondering the same thing.
Yeah, but like, come on, man, where was this earlier? Like, sure, they're shortening the lead now. They're showing why that CD side is easier, but at the same time, like Luxury, they've already won. So Lycoris, I mean, again, props to them for keeping on fighting. Like some lesser teams would probably just, you know, either left the lobby or, you know, done something like that at this point. But I mean, Lycoris keeps on fighting. But yeah, Luxury, they don't need to do anything. They've already won.
Yeah, these best of 2s, it really does all come down to what the spread was. But it also comes down to, let's say, well, actually, yeah, all the spread. Because I've said it in other tournaments, I've cast it for, if I can't beat you, but I can beat him, I'm going to ruin his day.
Yeah, that definitely like just shows that, you know, competitive spirit is where it's at, especially at the highest levels of Pro League gameplay. So Luxury, yeah, they're just suddenly they're struggling. Everything was going flawlessly for them, and suddenly they're struggling. 2 players down already, 3 unanswered rounds coming in here, and I mean, yeah, we'll see where this goes. Perhaps Lycoris even able to win out the game just for that, again, just that, you know, glory, that vanity play.
Yeah, and those paper thin walls do not help with them just ripping right through it.
Yeah, I mean, Fluffy is doing very well for himself, but look at Sweeps. His money is up there. I mean, he has almost 8,000. So Luxury is going to call a tactical pause. I mean, it is a smart decision. Like, even though you've won, you still don't want to lose these crucial rounds. Like, winning 10-3 is so much better than winning like 10-9, especially when you've lost one of your first games. So, you know, it's smart by their in-game leader to call this technical pause. And we'll see if they're able to find their stride after it's over.
Yeah, this is probably the most opportune time to call a pause.
Meanwhile, if we take a look at the scoreboard, seems like only Shagzy on the side of Luxury is breaking double digits here. And same could be said for Flaffy. Flaffy has overall had like an absolutely insane performance in this tournament so far, right? Like he did that insane
Yeah.
1v5, and you know, he's just banging out these kills. He's actually the top frag of the server here on the second leg of the best of two on Sakura. But I mean, you know, again, this just proves individual skill wins you rounds and gets you style points. It doesn't win you games. What does win you games is team play. And when team play is on this on side of Lycoris, it's almost a shame that we didn't see more of this earlier, because now it's simply too late. It is simply too late. Luxury has already won by round balance, but Lycoris, I mean, again, they're just, you know, they're doing the best. They're doing the best that they can for now.
Yeah, it really does seem like Lycoris really want to at least have a running, I'm just going to say a running start at 4th. Yeah, 4th place. But then again, I don't know what the scores are right this moment, so heck, they might even have a shot at 3rd or 2nd, depending on what the scores are tomorrow and the next day there.
Yeah, so finally the bomb plant does go down, so Lycoris will have to a little bit more to deal with than they've been used to in these last couple of rounds. And yeah, I'm not quite sure if it's like Lycoris starting to play really well, or Luxury just kind of letting off the steam because, you know, they've already won, and that affects you a little bit mentally. So yeah, the bomb is down. Payback has gotten 1 kill, and his brother there in the name of Flaffy takes down another one. So actually, the Lycoris, they're almost able to complete this clutch. A 2v2 now. Oh, but the time is low. I don't think there's any more time to defuse the bomb. So even though Sweeps gets a double and eliminates everyone, the bomb eliminates Sweeps. That is the final nail in the coffin for the name of Lycoris Esports. Luxury, they're 1 round away from winning this game, and they've already won the best of 2, so there's not really much else they can do. Quickly here, there is a promo code to get a free skin in Standoff 2. Granted, you have to go quick. You have to be very fast to actually type it in. But we've been giving out this promo code throughout the whole day. And well, here is possibly your last chance to get one of those, because this completes the 3rd day of the group stage for the Infinix Standoff 2 minor. This is the 2nd best of 2. First one we saw DeathOrGlory against kind of the leaders of the minor so far, Revival Gaming, and I mean Revival won 2-0 here. But Luxury are looking to do the same. They won first map, and right now they are 4 players away from doing it once again. Lycoris Esports, there's just so much to do here. Smokes put down. I mean, they are able to get one in the name of Paycheck that, you know, he takes out Anki, but 4v4 situation, once again, the time is getting run down. Luxury are very good at running down the clock and just making sure they win. Maybe not off of kills, but just simply off of how these rounds are shaped. But actually, the defuse is coming in, so yeah, Lycoris.
Got the defuse.
Yeah, they're not letting Luxury off the hook just yet. They are able to get the ninja defuse. I believe it was in the smoke, and so
and another another promo code just popped up.
Yep, there you go.
You guys are fast because these go fast apparently.
Yeah, you got to be real quick. You got to screenshot it as soon as you see it. You got to write it down. You know, rewind the stream if you have not, but. It might have been too late. It might have been too late at that point already, so yeah, just make sure you are quick. Luxury, though, once again, having their like 4th shot at just closing out this game, but they're on pistols, so Payback, 1 good spray, and you know, the round is over. Seems like it's not gonna be Payback, but it's actually gonna be Paycheck, and I mean, there go Payback as well, just shutting off the round, so a very, very quick one once again. These eco rounds, normally, you know, the strategy is just to adopt the tank strategy. Just 5 players together, rushing in as quickly as you can, and, you know, trying to out-aim 1 rifle with 5 Glocks or 5 pistols to your name. Not going to happen this round, though, so, you know, extending the play Lycoris are for 1 more round, even though technically it doesn't even matter because Luxury has 1 off of round balance. You know, they don't want to let them off the hook that easy. They want to show that maybe even if they didn't win, they definitely had a chance, and they're definitely a team to be considered when you talk about top 10 best teams in Standoff 2. But Randy, with that peak, once again, Lycoris on short notice here. 4 players left alive. and Luxury just looking to extend their lead. Probably going to hit the A-bomb side of things. Seems like two players are trying to take some picks and, open up some positions there.
Yeah, I'm a little curious if, let's see, Enki might be going after B, but I'm not sure. He's kind of just sitting there.
4v5. Yeah, Comment is trying to jump spot there, but doesn't really see anything. And I mean, the bomb is moving towards B. And look at this, Lycoris. They think it's A. For some reason, they think it's A. Maybe there was some utility thrown over by Luxury. So they've almost left the B bomb side completely open for business if you're on the side of Luxury. I mean, there is Paycheck, and he has been quite crucial in getting these frags in the last couple of rounds and in the last couple of games we've seen. And there you go, Paycheck does get one, but Clutch very, very, very quick to refrag there. And now the B bomb side's almost open. Smoke comes in to plant in the smoke, but actually Flaffy is able to get another one. Randy though, on a quick refrag there. That's exactly what you need when you're playing at the highest levels of competitive. If you go down, you need someone to just check your back and make sure that, that player that just killed you, he is going to go down as well. You are not going to take down my friend without an answer here. So the 2v3 situation, time is running low. Now Randy is low as well, but it's a 2v3, and from what we've seen so far, yeah, Randy, he doesn't need eyes, he doesn't need to see, he doesn't even need HP. He just puts together two crazy frags to finish off the game, the second game of this best of two so far. There you go, Luxury Esports, simply the better team. That's really the only thing that I can say. Lycoris, they definitely had their chances, they had their moments where they could have, advanced, but at the end of the day, Luxury, just a better team. I mean, I do have to give props to Flaffy on the side of Lycoris. That 1v5, probably the craziest thing that I've ever seen in Standoff 2. Just like, how can you do that? In general, many great clutches, and also that quad nade play that we saw in Zone 9, but overall, Luxury just being the superior team here.
Yeah, those surprising plays that we saw, not even from the winning team, was just amazing.
Yeah, most
and then
definitely.
The other quad, I think there was a couple, quad kill and just team wipes with teamwork.
Yeah, I feel like in the first game of Revile Gaming against DeathOrGlory, it was way more actually about teamwork. Like the maps also were like, Rust is way more of a teamwork map in my opinion. But then in the second game, it was just like individual performance, individual skills galore. Like we saw 1v5 that we've never seen before in this minor. We saw 1v3, that's like one of the only 1v3s we've seen. We saw 1v2, we saw some other like just great performances individually. So honestly, it's great that these two best of twos kind of contrasted each other, where the first one is more about, the team play enjoyers, and the second one was just about, I am good, and I'm going to tap your head, and I'm going to click on your head quicker than you are, and that's going to win us some rounds. So here we can see the best moments and the best highlights of this best of two of day two so far. I mean, just overall, very good frags. Anki here getting a nice wallbang there. Just wallbangs are really loved in the gameplay here. I mean, we see a lot of, especially wallbang headshots. That seems like something that's hard to do, but we see that quite often. And I feel like this is the moment where it kind of just started to fall apart for Lycoris. Luxury started to get their lead at the kind of mid rounds of the first half, and once they got that 4-2, they were just unstoppable. They just kept on going. They also won the pistol after the half, I believe, and with that, it was pretty much over. Like Lycoris, they had their shots here and there, but yeah, it just seemed like a situation where it's not enough and too late. They tried to do their comeback, but funnily enough, when they started their comeback, they had already lost the best of two off round balance. So yeah, it is what it is here. 2-8. I mean, again, props to Lycoris for actually getting like 4 or 5 rounds to their name, but at the end of the day, Luxury just simply the better team here today. I'm really excited to see what they do in their last game, their last best of two of the Group B here. I believe that we're going to see that in 2 days. Tomorrow we should see the other two teams on both groups play their second match, and then on day 5 and day 6 we'll see the final the third games for all teams in the group stage. And then again, on the 24th, we'll take a break just to kind of let the players recharge, make sure that they are up to their best abilities once we actually get to the finals, which are going to be on the 25th and the 26th of the February. So these games in the group stage are best of 2, and then the finals are going to be best of 3. So definitely note that down in your calendar. 24th, you can take a chill day. You can, it's Friday, you can go out, have fun with your friends, but make sure you wake up in time, because on Saturday and Sunday, we're going to have the best action that you've probably seen in Standoff 2. It's going to be the minor finals. So, if the first 3 days of gameplay has anything to do with kind of predictions of how it might go, it'll go absolutely splendidly. I mean, we've seen so many great plays, so many great maps and clutches so far in this minor.
Yeah. And let's see. I'll let you go with this.
All right, so here are the results for today. So we have Revile Gaming against DeathOrGlory, 2-0, beating them out. It was close, but I mean, Revile, they're simply the better team. They're simply the team with more, more stars and more accolades. Then the second game, again, I feel like it was a little bit one-sided, especially on the second map of Sakura. But I mean, Luxury Esports, they were just able to take down Lycoris. Great first map, bro. I really like the first map. Like that 1v5 clutch still stands strong in my memory, as well as that kind of quad nade that we saw towards that B side of things. But it's very interesting for me to know that so far we've seen 6 best of 2s, and all these best of 2s have been 2-0 shutouts. So even though the games have been close in terms of round balance, actually when you look at like the the game balance, the map balance, every single time, every single map, every single best of 2 that we've seen has been a 2-0 shutout. Now here is the 4th day of play that we see tomorrow. The games start pretty much at the same time every single day for the group stage. So once again, at 2 p.m. Moscow time tomorrow, we'll see Revile Gaming play it against Saints. And then at 4 o'clock, we'll see Central European time, my bad, we will see Horizon against Luxury Esports. So it's going to be a fun day. We haven't seen Horizon, and we haven't seen Horizon today. It was really fun seeing Horizon play yesterday, and they are paired up in this matchup against Luxury Esports. So I feel like that second matchup, to my liking, would be the better one to watch. But then again, Revile and Saints are also kind of the top 3 teams in the Standoff 2 competitive scene. So I feel like both matchups today are just like as action-packed as it really can get. So it's going to be a lot of fun watching it tomorrow. So definitely, if you didn't get those times, rewind it back. Again, those are Central European times, not Moscow times. That's on me. But it's just been very fun to watch these games so far. But that is gonna pretty much conclude the matches so far. They were fun. We're gonna expect you to see you here tomorrow. Thank you for watching the English stream. I know a lot more people are watching the Russian stream, but Standoff 2, they wanna branch out to the English audience, and so if you prefer watching in English, props to you. Leave a like on the channel, subscribe to it, turn on notifications so when the channel is live, when you can watch some top-notch Standoff 2 esports. And with that, I think we can conclude our day. As always, I have been Twist, and with me today has been DB, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.
See you tomorrow, everybody.